With 3 games left in the regular season and a tie at the top of the district, the Scots return home to Highlander Stadium where the chase for another district championship continues. It's the Highland Park Scots and the MacArthur Cardinals on homecoming weekend, presented by Game On Sports. The JSX pregame show is next.
I actually look forward to car shopping with Sewell because I know that the whole process is going to be seamless, comfortable, and we're going to be taken care of. Buying a car is a big life event. I just felt very relaxed through the whole process. They put us at ease. There wasn't any pressure. It really felt like we were sitting at home trying to buy a car, especially with the cookies. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Imagine there's a better way to fly that's anything but ordinary, where crowds are a thing of the past and your schedule stays your own, where stress will vanish before your eyes. Because with us, your flight is a joyful part of your journey. We take you where you want to go with all the things you value most. So whoever you are or whatever the reason, we're so glad you decided to depart from the ordinary.
Welcome to Highlander Stadium. This is the JSX pregame show presented by Game On Sports. JSX private jet perks at airline prices. Will Washington here, joined again by former Scots quarterback Henry Allen. And Henry, it's good to be back with you here as the Scots get ready for homecoming weekend, ready to take on the MacArthur Cardinals.
Hey, it's good to be back. Beautiful night, electricity in the air. It's good to be here.
And the crowd's filling up a little bit here. It's homecoming weekend, as we said, so a lot of fun festivities here throughout the night. Scots coming off a big win a week ago, had the unique Thursday night game, which they have another one next week, and it didn't slow them down at all. The one less day of preparation really didn't matter. They got the 61-13 win over against Irving Nimitz on the road. They've really been phenomenal since the Lake Highlands loss. What stood out to you from the big win last week?
A few things. The execution on offense, I think, was the main one. The offense has been humming since that Lake Highlands game, really more so since the Jesuit game, but they didn't miss a beat. No matter who was playing quarterback, who was in on defense, who was in on offense, it was fireworks all over the place.
They got a ton of different guys involved in the game, and that's one of the things we were talking about, Henry, before the game is going into that one, you want to stay healthy as best as you can, but you really want to get a lot of guys involved in the action. That's exactly what they did, and you know better than anyone, it's really important down the stretch to build that depth and get a lot of different guys going.
Absolutely. We talked about it before the game. You don't want to sustain injuries, but you really want to get guys going, guys that can contribute. Say injuries occur, anyone needs to step up. You really want to have those guys in the stable. So I'm glad we got to see a lot of those guys perform.
It was a dominant performance, 61-13 win. Let's take a look at the stats from the big win against Irving Nimitz a little over a week ago. Scots with 498 total yards, Henry, so 267 passing, 231 rushing, 20 rushes, 24 passes, and this has been something we've been hitting really since you've jumped on the broadcast is the best Scots offenses, they're balanced offenses, and what we mean when we say that is they can run what they want to run when they want to run it. They can run the ball, they can throw the ball, they can do it in different ways, and when you're seeing that kind of balance, that's a theme we've been seeing over the past few weeks is early on in the season, we had noticed they might lean on one end or the other. They're really starting to play balanced football on offense right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The balanced offense really has, I think, helped out a lot with the defense. When the offense is able to run the ball whenever you want, you shorten the game, you take the air out of the ball. One, and two, that allows for the pass game to really open up. The defense is having to play so many different coverages, positions. You really don't know what the offense is going to give you. And conversely, it helps out your defense, allows them rest, shortens the game, and gives them more opportunity to go out there and make plays.
One of the biggest things that was on display a week ago, as you can see right here, it's the quarterbacks. It all starts with Warren Peck, 13 of 15, 168 yards passing, 70 yards on the ground. Henry, 5 total touchdowns. He's just been a touchdown machine. He's got 24 total touchdowns on the season, really becoming that dual threat quarterback. Just so difficult to defend when you know he can run it. He's a bigger runner, and he's got some great guys running alongside him. But he was flinging it around a week ago, and so just a dual threat quarterback, 5 touchdowns, that's just nearly impossible to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw this HB offense sort of the first half of this season sort of lean on the run game and lean on his legs when sort of things got tight. But the past few weeks, man, he has really come into his own as a passer, and he's been slinging it all over the field. So it's beautiful to see his development as the season's gone on. Big fan of Warren Peck, and love to see how he's dominating so far.
And then backup quarterback Parker Thompson, he's been playing some receiver for the Scots. He's been playing outside receiver, really good deep threat. He's really emerged for this team as the season's gone on. But he showed he can play some quarterback too. He's committed to play at Air Force, had 3 rushes, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions, 56 yards and a touchdown. So 3 total touchdowns for him. Really showed what he can do with his legs. You saw some electric plays there right around halftime, and so Parker Thompson getting in on the action also.
Absolutely, and you hate to sort of classify or identify him as the backup quarterback when the kid is just an amazing athlete, and this offense does what they can to get him on the field. He plays all over the place, and he's become quite a bit of an X factor for this offense. So I love to see him getting opportunities, getting the ball in his hands. I love what the offense is doing with him.
And we know that Air Force, they like to run that option, and so Parker Thompson really a perfect fit for that offense. Then Cade Trotter coming in the game, my boy Cade, 5 out of 6, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, great efficiency for him. Played a really good game coming in there later in it. And so you got your third quarterback coming in there, lighting it up, throwing touchdowns. That's exactly what you want to see from the Scots.
Absolutely, man. And Cade looked the part. You would really had no idea that he's sort of the third in the running at the quarterback position. Looked poised, was throwing darts all over the place. I loved what I saw from Cade.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of them, they just led the offense. You could tell the guys were following them. They had great command. Yeah. One of the things that I love seeing too, Henry, is Coach Allen does such a good job at tailoring it for the quarterback. You see what he does with Warren, and then Parker comes in there, gets him going on the ground a little bit more, and then you see Cade just got that pocket passer. He's a great athlete also, but really reads the defense as well, goes through the offense really well, very cerebral player, and so he does such a good job, you know, even just in one team, not even just from year to year, being able, when a different guy comes in, he can call plays that works for him.
Absolutely. He tailors it to the team's, the quarterback strength and the team strength. I mean, I saw it when I was there. You see it, like you said, every single season where the team's strengths are, the offense is tailored, defense is tailored too. So it is a total team. Every team is a working project. Coach Allen's the designer.
Quick shout out to Cade's dad, my guy Toby Trotter, former defensive coach for the Scots, won a couple state championships, so you remember him.
I love Coach Trotter. Big fan.
He's a good guy. You can see him up there in the stands cheering him on, calling out some defense still. So you love to see that. Speaking of the defense, Henry, here's your defensive stats. Since the Lake Highlands game, they're allowing 10.5 points per game, and that includes some special teams touchdowns against Berkner. So you take that out, they're allowing under 10 points a game. And so to me, really since Lake Highlands, it was a tough game defensively. They got run on a little bit. They've made incredible adjustments. They've not become just better, they've become dominant, and it's all started up front. When you're allowing that many points a game at this point in the season, they're really clicking right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The front seven is an attacking front seven. And I feel like this sort of identity of the Highland Park defense is not an anomaly, but somewhat unique in that from what I've seen from this front seven the past few weeks, they are attacking downhill. And it has been impressive to see. Those linebackers are getting in on all the action, which is a staple of the Highland Park defense. But I really, really like what I've seen. They're staying in their gaps. They're staying in the structure of the defense. And they're just making plays and making tackles.
Yeah, I love that. And you can tell they're not thinking too much either. I mean, Coach Leitner, he's such a great schemer, does a great job game planning. And you can tell he's just got these guys in positions where they're playing fast. They're not overthinking. And you really want to see that on defense. So great stuff from them. Henry, we got to talk about the Highland Park quarterbacks. We talked earlier about Warren, Parker, and Cade. And you just see it on this team. Highland Park's got depth at quarterback. They've had a history of great quarterbacks. You being one of them, Luke Woodley, our guy. He's been on this broadcast before. These are some Highland Park quarterbacks right now that are playing in college, and just such a testament to this program and what they've been able to accomplish. You got Brennan Storer, freshman at Vanderbilt, Braden Shager He's a junior out of Hawaii. He's having a great season, thrown for over 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. As we like to say when he was here, he's one of my favorites, the Shager bomb, when he would throw the deep pass. That's what he's doing at Hawaii. And then Chandler Morris, of course, playing at TCU, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns this season. So these guys just churning out quarterbacks to play in college. It's really impressive. You've been in this program as a quarterback. What's allowed Coach Allen to have this much success over the years coaching quarterbacks like this?
I think it has a lot to do with the design of the offense. It's a very advanced offense. And two, it is the structure of the Highland Park football program. I owe a lot of my success, and I think a lot of quarterbacks at Highland Park owe a lot of their success to just how early on you learn the offense. You learn 50% the structure of the Highland Park offense starting in 7th grade. And you are running that offense every single season all the way up through your senior year, and they just add on and add on. And the coaching is just so good. Coach Allen is a wizard with the play calling, the play design, and just the coaching, how you read a defense, what defenses you see. And it all goes in. It is just a collection of a lot of different things. But two, you have a lot of talented kids playing here too. So you can't you hate to sort of mash all these individuals into one, but it's a lot of talent, but it is a lot of good coaching and teaching from Coach Allen.
And they got quarterbacks at all levels. I mean, they're talking about guys in 7th grade, 8th grade, the freshmen.
Yeah.
A lot of talent. Yeah. He does such a good job developing them. So a lot of talent in the pipeline, a lot of talent just on display a week ago. We're going to take a look back at last week's big 61-13 win. This is this week's Hadley's highlight.
All right, okay.
Well, I'm going to save your picture for the next one.
Side of Warren Peck. Play action. Peck across the middle. It's caught, and this is going to go for a touchdown. All kind of movement. Free play for Highland Park. Kowski has it. He comes with a great. We'll have another half of the first quarter to go. Peck's going to second row with it this time. Splits the defenders. He's at the 20. Peck is going to take this. He got a beautiful block down around the 5-yard line. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Here's Holmes underneath. Looks downfield, now under pressure. Maldonado's going to get hit. He'll be sacked. Swanner out over the football, snaps it back to Peck. He'll throw into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. That's Cannon Spackman who made the catch. Here we go. Option play comes to the near side, and Thompson's going to keep it, and he's got lots of running room. Thompson up the left side, cuts back to the inside, and he could go. He's at the 20,
Here we go.
15, 10, touchdown, Parker Thompson. Low snap, Maldonado picks it up. Now looking for a place to go. He's getting caught. Maldonado throws on the back foot out to the right side. Thompson wants to throw. Nope, he's going to take it right up the middle. Thompson sidesteps a couple of times.
He's still
spins out of another tackle and into the end zone for the touchdown. 7-yard play for Highland Park. Now they'll swing it out right side. That's caught by Parker Thompson. He did not go out of bounds. Now he cuts it back to the center of the field. He'll turn it in to a touchdown.
Winners rise because they demand the best. Shouldn't you? Put some points on the board this season with a 5.25% APY Vista Smart checking account from Vista Bank. That's right, a checking account with a rate like a CD from a bank that's got your back. Earning 5.25% APY on an interesting Vista Bank account? That's smart. Vista Smart. Vista Bank. Entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Scots, find a way.
Scots, find a way.
Scots, find a way.
Scott, find a way. Summer has Sawstead at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Scots, find a way.
Scots, find a way. It's caught. He didn't get in. Highland Park is back-to-back state champion.
Scots, find a way.
Scots, find a way.
We are Dallas-born, Dallas-based, and family-owned. We support the Highland Park Scots.
Welcome back to the JSX pregame show. JSX, enjoy hop-on jet service between private terminals. We are live at Highlander Stadium as the Scots get set to take on the MacArthur Cardinals. Will Washington here with former Scots quarterback Henry Allen as we preview this game. We're going to talk about the district, and then we're going to look at the matchup tonight and some keys to the game. Before we do, though, Henry, before we went to break, we were talking about the quarterbacks and just throughout this program how much success they've had. You've got a fun story. It turns out you actually have a connection to current Scots quarterback Warren Peck. We're going to show this picture of you guys together when you were in high school. Tell us what's going on in the picture and how Warren got to meet you and how this whole thing came about.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Back when before I got to start my senior year, the Peck family won an auction to have a quarterback lesson between me and my private quarterback coach at the time, Zach Robinson. So it's incredible how sort of life comes full circle like that. So Warren got a little quarterback lesson from me and my coach at the time. But interesting tidbit, my quarterback coach at the time on the screen is Zach Robinson, former Oklahoma State great and current Los Angeles Rams quarterback coach and passing game coordinator. So he's out there coaching Matthew Stafford, former Highland Park quarterback. So it's incredible how sort of life has come full circle with that.
Yeah, completely coming full circle right there. And you really see it just this program. We talk about it all the time. It starts when they're young. And so we were talking to Warren's parents, who I love, and they were so excited about that when they realized that they had this picture of you with him when he was way younger. You were the starting quarterback. And so you see that. These kids, they grow up, they want to be here on Friday nights. And so to see it come full circle like that, it's a really cool thing to see. And another thing coming full circle, it's the district dominance of the Highland Park Scots right here. We're going to first look at the district standings. It's taking shape a little bit more right here so far, but it's still tight at the top. Lake Highland's in first place right now at 5-1 in district. Highland Park at 4-1. And so those are your two top teams right there. Berkner at 4-2. Pierce at 3-2, Jesuit at 3-2, so kind of jammed in those middle spots. It's going to come down to Lake Highlands and Highland Park, and so with both of them with one loss right now as they play the rest of the season, that ends in a tie. Lake Highlands obviously winning the head-to-head, and so what you want to see right here is at this point you are hoping for a Lake Highlands loss. I think they're playing Pierce. So that's going to be a possibility. Yeah. And so that's really what you're keeping an eye on. And so, Henry, you got to stay focused. You got 3 games left. You're still going to play the Richardson schools in the next couple weeks here. But it's hard not to keep an eye on the scoreboard a little bit, especially with Lake Highlands.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is sort of like what we talked about last week. But you can't go into every week relying on another team to lose. You just have to take care of your own business every week. And if Highland Park were to drop another game, it would essentially sort of seal the district race. So you just got to focus on the task at hand, focus and take every game one game at a time.
And no question, not only does it affect district championship, it's going to completely shape the playoff seeding, whether you finish first or second in the district. And so as things take shape in the coming weeks, we'll preview the playoffs and look at some possible outlooks for what the lineups could look like there. But it all starts, like you said, tonight. You got to go one at a time. And that's why Highland Park has had so much district dominance over the past, really, since Coach Allen's been here and long before. And since 2009, Henry, as we can see right here, they're 92-3 in district. So that's just outright domination. 35 consecutive district wins before the Lake Highlands game this season, looking for their 9th straight outright or shared district title. And so this isn't the first season they've had a bump in the road in the district. That's happened before. They've been able to bounce back. That's what you're seeing right here. Had a tough loss at Lake Highlands. That's going to happen in 6A. They've bounced back tremendously. And right now they're chasing that 9th straight district title. And so just had a ton of success over the years in the district. Big reason is being able to bounce back, not looking too much at other scoreboards, but just keeping focus at the task at hand.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a staple of Highland Park teams. One that Randy Allen teams get better as the season goes on. It is a huge thing. Coach Allen is and Highland Park are very senior-heavy teams, tend to be, and you start a lot of upperclassmen. A lot of kids get to start for the first time. So you see kids just, Warren Peck, a great example, just get better and better and better as the season goes on. And two, like we talked about, is consistency week to week. You don't see these big up and down games from Highland Park. Every game they come in to win, come into play, and come into play their best typically. So it is it is an impressive feat, and I don't really see it stopping anytime soon.
And his emphasis, they want the championship, absolutely. They talk about that, but he does such a good job at focusing on the process and focusing on becoming the best version of this team. He talks a lot about, he gets it from John Wooden, he likes that pyramid of success, and the top one is competitive greatness. It's being at your best when your best is needed. And so that's the idea he's looking at. They're looking for the district championship, but they want to be the best team that they can be. And they believe if they do that, things can take care of themselves. And so we can keep our eyes on the scoreboard. They're going to try to win tonight. And so let's take a look at this schedule. This is where Highland Park is so far. This is how we got to this point throughout the season. Had a big win against Louisville to start the season, and then having Berkner here at home just a little bit ago. A huge win there. Had the tough one at Lake Highlands. Got the win against Jesuit at SMU. And so really a great season so far. 3 games to play. You're going to play here tonight against MacArthur. Then you got the Richardson schools here to close out the regular season. And so, Henry, you've played for this coaching staff. You're on the final stretch right here. What are they saying to these guys here as they kind of hit the home stretch?
Well, 2 is to keep your eyes in front of you, right? Keep your feet in front of you. Play every game. You cannot be looking ahead, like we've talked about. But you're coming down to the end of the season, and the emphasis is on playing your best football. You've been through all the practices. You know all the plays. Everybody has been playing a lot. Everyone's gotten game time. You're seeing a lot of kids come into their own, and it's an expectation that you are playing your best down the stretch right now.
And this is where your toughness is tested a little bit. You're a little bit banged up. And at the same time, there's this excitement when football starts, the season starts. You've been waiting for it. This is the point where practices are a little long. You've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And so you got to keep it fresh. Coach Allen does a great job of that, keeping it fresh, making it fun, but just continuing to have these excellent practices down the stretch here. And so this really is, it's that time of the season where it does test you a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is huge keeping everyone mentally in check. But it's like I say, we're getting to the end of the season. It's something they're used to, you know. And you see, you go through the gauntlet of 6A, and you see that the weeks that you don't take things as seriously, you slack off, you let the long days get to your head, you're going to get bitten and you're going to lose. So I think that it is nice being in 6A and being around a program that is sustained and consistent success. You realize that you can't take days and weeks off.
No, that's no question about that. And so chasing competitive greatness here. Before we go to break, we got a fun one. Speaking of competitive greatness, another group that was chasing championships came and visited Highland Park on Wednesday. We're going to show you some footage from this right here. This is an F1 team. This is produced by Game On Sports, an event that Game On put together. It's the MoneyGram Haas F1 team. They came into the Highland Park indoor practice facility here on Wednesday, did a Q&A session with some of the students, had the engineers, had the driver, and that $50 million car, Henry. Everybody loves F1 right now, so it was a fun one to see here. The students having a fun time with that one. Great job by Game On Sports producing that event. Before we go to break here, this is a little clip. Jim Castellaw sat down with some Highland Park players previewing the MacArthur Cardinals. This is what they had to say.
What can you tell us about the MacArthur team?
Their offensive line is pretty hefty. They're all almost 300 plus. Their right tackles is their best for sure. But
you guys have seen a lot of big linemen this year.
Yes, sir. Their running back and their quarterback are both threats for sure. Their quarterback, he will lower his shoulder and he would truck some people.
Right.
But we're expecting probably some read option, some zone orbit. So the wide receiver from the opposite side is going to motion. Maybe they can option that. You know, they got a lot of options out of that. But
are they similar to Nimitz in what?
Our name Residential Capital Partners reflects who we are and how we treat our customers. At Residential Capital Partners, we are dedicated to helping our customers build wealth through real estate. Residential Capital Partners, America's private lender.
Welcome back to the JSX pregame show. JSX now flying nonstop to Boulder, Colorado, and Las Vegas. We are live at Highlander Stadium, getting close to kickoff. It's the Highland Park Scots and the MacArthur Cardinals. Will Washington here with former Scots quarterback Henry Allen. And Henry, we'll start with the weather right here. It's going to be a nice one here tonight. It's a little hot earlier as we're getting ready here. That sun's starting to go down as we approach kickoff. It's going to be nice. Thinking around 81 around kickoff time and going down as the night continues. So we're getting into that fall football. It's a nice night here.
Yeah, it's hard to beat it. Fall weather, mid-October football, it doesn't really get better than that.
And not only a nice night here, it's homecoming weekend, Henry. It's a big night. They're bringing in some former Scots. They always recognize former classes here at halftime, and so it's just a lot of fun. Brings a lot of people back here. Just kind of reminded about the history of the program. Of course, getting ready for the big dance. Everybody getting their clothes ready and all that. So it's a fun night here tonight. Homecoming night. You can feel a lot of the energy here.
Homecoming's awesome. It's great to get a lot of the alumni back, but I mean the energy from the entire student body, from the parents. Even though it's a football game, everyone's involved. Everyone in the student body's involved. Homecoming's just a great time.
Well, let's look at on the field right now. Going to look at the opponent tonight, the MacArthur Cardinals. Let's look at tonight's opponent scouting report. 2-5 on the season, 2-3 in district. They did beat Irving last week, 30-28. Got that 2-point win, scoring just over 18 points a game, allowing 31 points a game. So they've struggled a little bit this season. Similar to some of these teams Highland Park's been playing lately, Henry. They are a heavy running team. Now, last week against Irving, they averaged 9.3 yards per rush. And so they were able to successfully run the ball. They've shown that they got some guys that can run it a little bit. They did have 2 picks last week. So even as a limited throwing team, when they dropped back to throw it, they were turnover prone a little bit there. 2 players to look out for. Tyler Littleton had 150 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns last week. This is the quarterback, and so guy that can move a little bit with his legs. Then running back Maximilian Reviere. Love that name, Henry.
Yeah,
118 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns last week. And so, again, another running team. That's what they want to do here tonight. So Scots have gotten used to this over the past couple weeks here.
Yeah, you hate to sort of feel like you're repeating a segment or sort of analysis, but MacArthur is just very, very similar to a lot of teams Highland Park has played recently, and the game plan and the analysis remains the same. For the defense, you have to have success on early downs, keep them behind the chains, and force them into 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, 4th and long situations where they have to pass, which, as we've seen, isn't the greatest of their strengths. Offense, just keep it playing complementary football. Keep running the ball well, keep spreading it around. I expect another big Scots win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, been playing these teams that are pretty similar, especially going back to last week. That helps you just because you know kind of how to line up against them. I think the thing you do want to look out for, especially when you play these teams, if you lose your intensity a little bit, they've got some athletes. I mean, these guys, they can run the football when they block it well. And so you can't have these lapses. You got to be really disciplined. You got to be intense. And then we were looking at them. They do have some size, and so it's something that you got to be ready for. Is they're gonna line up some size here, and they've got some ability to run the ball. And so you want to see the focus throughout 4 quarters here.
Absolutely, and you can liken it to what a lot of people say about the SEC in college in NCAA. Even an average or a bad SEC team still has athletes all over the field, and that's what it's like playing in 6A. So you don't want to take anyone lightly because they got some guys that can go. So if we allow them to have success early in the game, turn the ball over, sort of allow them to sort of feel like they're in it and they can play with you, it's a bad recipe. So I think you have to have a fast start. I know Coach Allen loves to emphasize a fast start ad nauseum. So I look to see a lot of success from the Scots early on and a lot of intensity early.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's fast starts and then closing the first half well. And that's what you saw a week ago. Really good stuff. the one thing it was a dominant win. I mean, start to finish. They did allow a couple big rushing plays there in the first half, and so it's not bad. I said it at halftime to have to coach up. You don't want everything just to be perfect necessarily. You want to have things that you continue to work on and stay intense. And so I think that's something you'll see tonight is just this focus on. We don't want to allow explosive runs. And so with that being said, let's look at some of our keys to the game tonight. Here's Scots versus the Cardinals. Let's start with the offense. Henry, what we're saying tonight, key to the game, spread the ball around. A week ago, 12 different Scots caught passes. And that's exactly what you want to see in a game like this. You're hoping to get some other guys in the game. Got a couple guys out again tonight offensively. And so really important to get as many people catching the football as you can here, especially as you hit the home stretch. You're getting close to the playoffs. You want your quarterback, Warren Peck, to have guys he's comfortable throwing to. And so that's what I want to see tonight offensively. I want to see him spread it around here.
Absolutely. And when you have guys that are lesser experienced or maybe playing for the first time, you want to get them involved early. You want to allow them to sort of play themselves into the game, feel like they're a part of it, and allow them to play full speed. I think the offense is going to be humming tonight. Warren Peck is on a roll right now. The run game has been really good lately, and like I said earlier, the passing game has really started to come into its own. Warren makes a lot of throws look effortless, and it looks like he's just seeing the field right now. And when a quarterback at this point in the season, when you're in a rhythm, you're seeing the field, the game comes easy to you. So I really like what I've seen from the offense.
And the other side of the ball, the defense, allowing 10.5 points a game since Lake Highlands. And so what we're saying here, eliminate explosive runs. It goes back to what you're saying, that you want to win on early downs, try to get them in these situations where they have to throw on third down, where maybe they're a little turnover prone. One of their goals defensively is they want to allow under 100 rushing yards a game. And so to me, they did such a great job defensively last week, allowed a couple explosive runs. So I think tonight, you're saying if you can eliminate those, you're going to have a great game defensively.
Absolutely. It's success on first and second down. Those are the running downs. You get them to third and fourth and short, that plays into their offensive strength. So I think you're going to see the Scots sell out a lot on first and second downs, keep them behind the chains, and force them into passing situations. Last week, we got out of our gaps a few times in the front seven. Guys kind of got caught in the eyes in the backfield, stoned by a few pulls and counter pulls. So I don't know. I think that, like we said, we keep repeating ourselves, but we're sort of seeing the same teams and the same offenses every week, it seems like. So success in the run game, success in the front seven, good tackling in the back end from linebackers and safeties, and it's going to be a good recipe.
The intangible key tonight, we're saying we want to see them be physical in all three phases. And so physicality, it's not only the way they're blocking, the way they're hitting, it's a mentality. And so we think that's important because you're playing this team that they're a little bit down right now, 2-5 on the season. You want to go into these last few games with an intensity about you here. Yeah. And so I think it all starts with the physicality that guys like Jack Morris are bringing on defense. You want to see it in all three phases. Warren Peck brings it on offense. Yeah. I mean, as a quarterback, he'll lower the shoulder. We don't want him to get injured, but we love the physicality. Yeah. And so coming into this one, playing against MacArthur, I want to see a physical performance in three phases. Absolutely.
The physicality in all three phases, I think, is important because special teams can kill you. Like we saw it a few weeks ago against Berkner. Berkner wasn't having a lot of success on offense, but there's some special teams miscues, allowing some big kickoff returns. It allowed them to stay in the game. You get a punt blocked, a field goal blocked, you give up a big return, it changes the entire identity of the game. So I look for a lot of physicality and success in special teams right now, because now you're getting down to where every game matters. And one or two special teams blunders at this point in the season, late in the season, and in the playoffs can kill you. So that's the recipe for getting the homecoming win here. Henry, let's end with this. Let's give our picks to click tonight. It's homecoming weekends here at Highland Park. Who do you think is going to have a big game offensively in front of the home crowd here? Offensively, he's been the topic of this seemingly whole broadcast, but I'm going with Warren Peck to continue his tear on the ground and his absolute evisceration of these secondaries we've seen. Passing through the air, he has been on point, and I love what I'm seeing from Warren. He's coming to his own. I'm expecting a big game from him tonight. And just a phenomenal vocabulary here from Henry Allen on the broadcast. I love that pick. He's down a couple offensive skill guys tonight, and so it'll go on him a little bit here. Yeah. I'm going to go with Parker Thompson.
Backup quarterback's been playing receiver. Was just electric a week ago. Had a couple rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. I think he's going to get in there and light it up a little bit tonight when the time comes. That's what I'm saying offensively. Let's flip it to defense, Henry. Who do you think's going to have a big game tonight?
Name of the game that we've been talking about is the front seven. I'm going with the Anders Korn tonight. Love the way these linebackers have been playing recently. Downhill, you're going to see a lot of downhill attacking from these linebackers against this sort of run-leaning attack on offense. So I expect Anders Korn to have a big game tonight.
Love that pick. He's having a great season. I'm going with my boy, nose guard Cormac Carroll, converted linebacker, extremely athletic, really become a leader up front for the Scots, playing against this rushing attack. I want to see him win a lot of battles, get in the backfield tonight, let these linebackers make tackles. That's going to do it here for the JSX pregame show. Kickoff's coming up next. This is the Highland Park Scots and the MacArthur Cardinals, presented by Game On Sports.
Special night here at Highlander, not just for the players on the field or the students in the stands. This is a night that brings generations together and former students back to Highland Park. It's Homecoming 2023 as you see the Scots on their march from their practice facility into Highlander Stadium. Weather couldn't be better for the Scots and Cardinals tonight. Highland Park against Irving MacArthur. Scots 6-1, 4-1 in District 7 6A. MacArthur comes in 2-5 overall, 2-3 in district. We're expecting a great crowd for tonight's game. Stand by. Scots football kicks off in just minutes from here inside Highlander Stadium.
Yeah, I'm a monster. I'm a great world wonder. I'm about that action. You don't want no drama. Renegade, you've been a slave, I've been free. No strongholds can't lock me. They'll remember me forever like a memory.
And here we go.
I'm a monster. Are you ready for it now? Ain't no way you can run. It's about to go down. I'm a monster. Are you ready for it now? Ain't no way you can run.
Get a great picture of Highlander Stadium right there as they're setting up for a homecoming 2023. Hi, everybody, and welcome in as we get you ready for Highland Park and the MacArthur Cardinals tonight. The Scots come in 6-1, the Cardinals 2-5. Along with Jim Castellaw, I'm Russell Scott. Jay Ellis, Pat Sauer will be along the sideline and in the stands, and Mike McAbee, our statistician, just to my right here. And Jim, it is homecoming, always a special time. Ready for tonight's game?
Yeah, Russell, I think, the special homecoming is a special night. Maybe if not as much for the players, for everybody else, especially the young ladies down there that are cheering on their friends and boyfriends down there. But homecoming is always something special, especially for the people coming back to reminisce and to, think about the things they did when they were here in high school.
Well, Highland Park has won the coin toss, and the Scots have elected to take the football, which is not unusual. Coach Randy Allen always wants to get the football early and always wants to try to put points on the board as quickly as he can. And we couldn't ask for much better weather for tonight's game. A little bit warmer than it's been most of the rest of the week. Our weather update tonight brought to you by Advantage Healthcare Systems. They bring you our weather update, and we're expecting kickoff at about 81 degrees tonight. We'll be in the upper to mid 70s throughout most of the night tonight, and there is absolutely no breeze here in the stadium at this moment. So again, Advantage Healthcare Systems brings you tonight's weather forecast. Let's get our Castellaw's keys to what Highland Park needs to do to be successful on this homecoming night tonight.
Well, I think the Scots want to establish the run game right up front. Offensive line has really started to gel now that Case Pickleman is back. And I think Coach Allen would really like them to build on what they started last week. I mean, Parker Thompson came in relief of Warren Peck. Peck had done a great job early in the game. Thompson came in and just had a monster night, racking up 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground. I think one in the air, if I'm not mistaken. And again, that's going to be the key going down the road, is offensive line giving opening holes and giving Peck or Thompson, whoever's in there, might be Cade Trotter tonight, time to throw the ball.
About to have the national anthem here on this homecoming evening. We'll pause and listen to this. Highland Park lads and lassies with the national anthem doing a terrific job as we get you ready for Highland Park and the Irving MacArthur Cardinals to play. The Cardinals, I told you just a moment ago, struggled this season. They come in with just a 2-5 record, but they are coming off a 30-28 win over Irving last week. Prior to that, they had lost 3 in a row to Richardson, Pierce, and Lake Highlands. They opened district play with their only other win. That was against Nimitz. They beat Nimitz 27-24. When you look at this team, we'll talk briefly about them because a lot of people haven't seen them, don't know what to expect. They don't score a lot of points, but they've got a really talented quarterback in Tyler Littleton. He is 6 foot, 180 pounds, and he looks like a great athlete on the film I've seen of him.
Yeah, he Coach defense coordinator Bobby Leidner, I spoke to him last night, and first thing he said is, you got to contain Littleton because he can hurt you. He's a big, strong quarterback, not tremendously tall, but thick and if he gets out of the pocket, he can definitely hurt you. So the Scots defense is really going to have to be on their toes to not give him anything cheap.
They've got a big offensive line, and over on defense, they're going to have a 3 or a 4-man defensive front. It looks like they're going to move one guy up and sometimes move him back, kind of shift to see what the offense is doing.
Right, it's like a 4-2 look, but it's not a traditional 4-man front where everything's balanced. They're going to run what amounts to a 50 look to one side and an even look to the other. Basically, one of the defensive tackles slides down on the center, the other defensive tackle slides out on the offensive tackle inside eye, and the defensive end slides out. He becomes the anchor in. So it's going to be a flexible look defense. Scott's offensive line is going to have to really be coordinated on their calls to make sure they're all on the same page.
Albert Becerra has it teed up, and he will put foot to leather, and this is going to be taken on the far side. Brought out to the 20, 25. Knapp makes a nifty little move at about the 28, and he'll fall forward right to the 30-yard line, and that's where everything is going to be lined up, and Highland Park will have the ball at their own 30-yard line.
Nice little return by Rapp right there out to the 30-yard line. I think Jay might have something for us, Russell.
Jay Ellis along the sidelines tonight. His sideline reports brought to you by Macero. And Jay, you have something for us real quick?
Great. We have a guest broadcaster that's going to give us the weather. Would you first tell us your name?
Maddie.
And Maddie, tell us the weather tonight.
It is 84 degrees, and it's a beautiful day to play football.
And go
Scots.
Go Scots.
There you go. Thank you very much, Maddie. That weather update for Advantage Healthcare Systems. And on first down, we're not going to get the snap off. What happened there?
False start by the Scots. Not the way you want to start. By the way, Maddie was up here in the booth pregame and mentioned she would like to be possibly a weather girl someday on TV. So maybe we gave her a start right there.
There we go. Move the ball back to the 25-yard line. 1st and 15 for the Scots. Pitch going to go around right side. This is going to be taken by Cooper Schindel. He'll pick up a couple, not a whole lot, as he got shoved out of bounds on the far side of the field. Among those coming in to help make the tackle, I believe, was Cameron Lewis on the far side.
And Schindel in for the injured Wilson Axley tonight, taking his place.
Highland Park going up tempo right here. Here's a swing pass, a screen to Paxton Smith. He turns it upfield. He'll pick up another 4. And Rehoboth, let's see if I get it right. Adunyemi comes in to make the tackle for the defense on MacArthur. We'll give you the starting lineup for Highland Park here momentarily when we get a little bit of a break. Ball was not set properly. That's what the delay was for right here. Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Scots. Highland Park 59% in converting 3rd down.
Oh,
Pitch
nice.
goes out to Holmes. He's trying to get around the corner. Holmes did get the 1st down. He was able to break that last tackle and dive across the 40-yard line. Well, wait a minute. I said he got the 4th down. Now they're going to spot him just short of the 1st down marker.
And that's where his knee went down. I'm not sure that's where the ball went down. Scots will go for it under Coach Allen.
Scots are 56% converting 4th downs, and they got it. That's your quarterback, Warren Peck, the leading rusher on this team for Highland Park. Takes it right up the middle, and Highland Park will get 3 yards. More importantly, they'll get a 1st down.
And I tell you what, I'd hate to be the guy to have to stop Warren Peck when he's got that big offensive line of Ogle, Pickleman, and Swanner blocking up front. Peck on top of it. You're going to get 1st down.
That 4th down play brought to you by Forsheet.
Oh,
here's a Schindel going right up the middle, and he makes a terrific move at about midfield. Then gets his feet clipped out from under him by Henry Ford. He's all the way down to the 42-yard line and across the 50-yard line into Cardinal territory.
Well, we've talked this year about how deep the running back room is for the Scots between Axley, Rapp, Keller Holmes, and now Schindel. And you see just how talented Cooper is.
Here we go. Handed off. Holmes trying to back his way into that defense. He'll pick up about 4 yards. Can we real quickly give you the starting lineup for Highland Park? They've got that big offensive line. Wyatt Swanners at center tonight. Will Ogle and Gage Clark lined up at the guards. Case Pickleman and Grayson Davenport are your tackles tonight. Wide receivers, Bryce Laskowski and Charlie Snyder. Brian Rapp and Paxton Smith are your slot receivers.
Free play.
Keller Holmes and Cooper Schindel, the running backs, and Warren Peck at quarterback with that free play. Goes down deep right corner, trying to get it down there to Laskowski, but it's going to be an incomplete pass. Still, there's a penalty on the defense, so the Scots will pick up 5 yards this way.
Scots offensive line does a good job holding their water when MacArthur jumps. Scots do such a tremendous job of sitting there, being still. If there's no contact, it's a free play because the ball has been snapped by Swanner.
Snyder and Smith will split wide to the left this time for the Scots. 2 in the backfield. Play action. Peck to throw. Sets, goes long, has a receiver, and it's over the head of Charlie Snyder. That's going to be a long incompletion. 3rd down short now for HP.
Peck had good protection that time. Little leakage inside, but nothing big. Able to step into the throw, just a little overthrown. MacArthur again, watch for the blitz. In this situation, the run blitz. 3rd and short.
They've got a 3-man defensive front. Scots will throw it quickly out right side. It's caught out there, but I'm not sure he's going to get the first down because a great defensive play.
And I'm looking for the number. Right there. That's number 8, Henry Ford.
Henry Ford on the tackle for the Scots. I believe that was Smith. Was that Snyder? 4th down coming up right here, brought to you by Forshee Law.
Parker Thompson.
The Scots can convert their second 4th down of the game.
That's
throw downfield is going to be incomplete. That flag is thrown near the line of scrimmage. Parker Thompson, the intended receiver. Offsides on the defense, and the Scots will get another first down. This is a drive that started at their own 30-yard line. And the 9th play of this drive coming up next.
I believe the cornerback was trying to get a jam on Parker Thompson right there, get up in his face, not let him have a clean release. And in doing so, he was so intent on getting the jam, he stepped over the line, stepped off sides.
Thompson again is going to be wide to the right for Highland Park. Snyder is wide to the left. We've got a whistle and another flag. This is going to be a penalty on Highland Park. Somebody jumped too quickly. And we've got a special report down on the sideline brought to you by Macero. Let's send it down to the sideline.
Great. I have one other of our guest broadcasters. Would you introduce yourself?
My name is Jordan, and the cheerleaders are dressed up in jerseys for the homecoming, and Sobe she's dressed up in Andrew Wade, number 8.
What a fantastic report. Homecoming at Highlander Stadium. Thank you so much to my guest broadcasters. You all did a great job tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. That's what we should say. Cooper Schindel on the carry, and he's taken down by Adunyemi after a pickup of very little.
You got it.
Here we go on 2nd down. Scots need 14 for a first. We've got another flag thrown, and again, somebody moved on the Highland Park side of the ball.
This time, number 42, Adrian Huerta. Adrian Huerta jumped and did not cross the line of scrimmage, but jumped. And when he did, the Scots offensive line flinched, and that's where that call came from.
Second down and 19 now for the Highland Park Scots. Peck wants to throw. He'll go across the middle, complete it. Well short of the first down. And 3rd down and 11 coming up right here. Paxton Smith makes the catch. He came into the game 98 yards in receiving. That'll be his 8th catch of the season. Puts him over the 100-yard mark. 3rd down and long for Highland Park. And again, they're converting at a clip of 59% this year. Peck rolls off to the left side. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Oh, my goodness. There's 1, 2, 3 white jerseys. And Peck's going to be sacked back at the 41-yard line. The sack is made by Negacha. And Huerta was in there as well for the defense. And
yeah, Negacha and Adunyemi as well.
That was a tough break for Highland Park. That's the 11th time that Warren Peck has been sacked this season. And it forces Highland Park into a punting situation. First time in 4 games that they have not scored a touchdown on their opening drive. Scots to kick it away. This is going to be William Whitaker. He'll put a foot into it. End over end kick. It's going to bounce at about the 5. He pulls up right there, and Highland Park's punt team does a great job. They'll down it right at the 4-yard line. Whitaker, that rugby-style kick, does exactly what he wanted it to just hit and stop.
And Russell, that's Reed Jackson and number 77, Jack Steed, on the punt cover team, getting down there down the ball inside the 5-yard line. But again, beautiful punt by Whitaker. You watch the replay here, how it kicks back instead of kicking into the end zone. And that's exactly the rotation that Whitaker wanted on the ball.
First time we've seen the Cardinal offense tonight. It's under the direction of Tyler Littleton, the 6'8", 6 foot, 180-pound senior. That drive went 5.5 minutes, and Highland Park comes up with nothing. But they do pin the Cardinals deep. Littleton's going to work out of the shotgun formation. That's going to be Maximilian Revere in the backfield with him. That'll take the handoff. He'll get out across the 6, maybe the 7. Anders Korn steps in there to make the tackle for Highland Park. This offense for the Cardinals averages 222 yards a game. On the ground, 116 a game. Through the air, only about 106 yards passing.
Well, MacArthur has a literally huge offensive line. 315, 310, 285, 311, and 355. Big boys. Interesting, though, they don't come straight ahead at you. They do a lot of pull blocking and down blocking, which if I'm running that offense, I say, no, we're going straight ahead. But instead, they like the pull and look.
Richter, Carroll, and Turner up on the defensive line for Highland Park. Here comes the run around the right side. They'll get this out near the 13-yard line before it is Jack Morris who comes in there and makes the tackle along with Brady Ray.
Jack Morris can fly sideline to sideline. Again, he's a kid that gives great credit to the defensive line for tying up that big offensive line, allowing him to fly. But he, Korn, and Whitfield, along with John Allen, can certainly move to the ball.
Here's where that defense tries to stiffen up. 3rd down, about 2 needed for a first down. Again, Littleton out of the shotgun. He's got his running back right next to him. Turns, hands it off right up the middle, and they're not going to get it. They only got 1 yard on that, and that is Wesley Winfield and Jack Morris who step in there to make the tackle for Highland Park and just shut down that running game.
I don't know if we got a replay of that, too. That's a form tackle right there by Whitfield and Morris. Whitfield squeezing down from his outside linebacker position, goes low, and Morris gets there and just stuffs the MacArthur running back. There it is right there. Jack Morris, that's what he's paid to do.
Our first quarter replays tonight brought to you by Origin Bank. Every great story has a great origin, and Origin Bank is a proud supporter of Highland Park football. Punting situation. Highland Park's going to get really good field position out of this. That's going to be Schindel.
Whoa.
He'll field it at his own 45. He's across the 50, 45, and that's about where he's going to be stopped. He may get forward progress down to the 44. The one thing about Cooper Schindel, he's not scared of anybody coming down after him when he sees that ball in the air.
Well, imagine the coaches will have a little talk about, hey, if the defender is or the cover man is that close, let's not take a chance on getting the ball popped out of there. They probably will discuss that with him. But Cooper Schindel, as you said, Russell, is fearless, and he doesn't want to back down, and I understand that fully.
First quarter moving at a pretty good clip. 4:12 already to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless between Highland Park and MacArthur.
Mac still in that 4-man front with 2 backers, 5 deep in the secondary.
Swanner out over the football. He'll snap it back. This is Keller Holmes. He'll take it off left guard, slides to his right, picks up 3 yards, and Aduma-Yemi comes in.
Aduma-Yemi is very impressive on film. Scott's going on a hurry up right here. Turbo.
Out left side. Highland Park's going to be very close to that first down. I don't think he got it, but it was close. That's Charlie Schneider. He did get the first down. They'll move the chains. Charlie Schneider on the reception for the Scots.
Cannon Spackman, Charlie Shue came off, and Cannon Spackman into the game in his place. Once again, Brian Rapp in his slot as well in place of the injured Steele Tobin.
First down for the Highland Park Scots. They'll move from the left hash mark. Peck again wants to throw. Steps up, fires long downfield, has a receiver. Touchdown. That's It's a touchdown for the Scots. Cannon Spackman on the receiving end of that touchdown, brought to you by Bob Lilly Promotions.
Oh, that's a nice little go route by Spackman. Again, Schneider loses his shoes. Spackman comes in, gets the play called his way, beats the defender on the fly route, and is wide open in the end zone. Warren Peck puts the ball, as he's done all year long, right on the money.
Our extra points tonight brought to you by Brett Kennedy and Peter McGuire with Kensington Vanguard national title. On to kick the extra point is Nick Regas. He's perfect this season on PATs. Snap is back, the hold is down, and the PAT is G-O-O-D, good. 3:34 to play in the first quarter, and Highland Park has jumped out to a 7-0 lead as we take another Origin Bank look at the replay.
Warren Peck just lays that ball up, and Spackman's 2 yards behind the MacArthur secondary. Easy touchdown. Great shot, great job, great start.
I believe that was Chris Batiste who was back there trying to defend on the play. But again, Highland Park does a terrific job of getting separation right there. Spackman doing a great job, and beautiful pass by quarterback Warren Peck. That's going to be his 11th touchdown throw of the season. And the Scots are up 7-0 with 3:34 to play as sun begins to set here at Highlander Stadium. That was a 3-play, 44-yard drive. Took the Scots only 38 seconds to move it down and get it into the end zone. Our drive recaps brought to you by Odele Mexican food restaurant. Here we go. Our kickoff being brought to you by Davidson Bogle Real Estate. Land is their business. Nick Regas about to kick it off right here. Regas going to kick this one to the 1-yard line. It's going to stop right there.
Oh, here we go.
Return man has to pick it up.
Yep.
He's going to weave his way somehow out near the 10-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard return, and on the return is Henry Ford.
And that's Will Heinrich coming in to make the hit right at the 10-yard line. And again, Ford trying to let that ball go in the end zone, but when it kicks back into the field of play, as you said, Russell, he has got to grab it there. You see the replay. And Heinrich and his mates get down there and really pin MacArthur up deep in their own territory.
Second time that the Cardinals have had the football tonight. They were unable to do anything first time around. They did pick up a first down, but eventually had to punt it back to the Scots. And the Scots on their second offensive series able to punch it into the end zone and take the 7-0 lead. Here's Littleton out of the shotgun. That's Caden Baker, his center. Snaps it back to him. He'll swing it out into the flat. That's going to be a little bit short. That was intended for Yahuna Noma.
There you go. You're doing well. You're doing great. And Wes Giese in coverage by the Scots. Giese had a great game last week. Really is improving weekly out there at that outside cornerback position.
Second down and 10 now. Give you that Highland Park starting defense after this play. Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Goff's Hamburgers.
Scott's defense, when you talk to them, they really work well together. They say they just love playing together. They work hard. There you see them jump. When they jump, I believe you're going to get a procedure penalty against MacArthur. Timeout, excuse me.
First timeout taken tonight by either side, and this is going to be called by the Cardinals. That'll give us a chance to give us the starting defense for the Highland Park Scots. The Scots defense up front, you've got Henry Richter and Daniel Turner at the defensive tackles. Cormac Carroll at nose guard. And boy, you've got some 4 great linebackers in Wesley Winfield, Jack Morse, John Allen, Anders Korn. On the corners, Wes Giese and Jack McCallum, Bryce Leskowski. We'll see a lot of time at corner tonight as well. Brady Ray and Jackson McGinley at the safety spots for Highland Park. A defense that's allowing about 300 yards a game.
And Russell, keep your eye on Daniel Turner. He had just a monster game on defense last week. The entire defense played well, but Daniel Turner was everywhere. And he is a tough young man to stop. He's had some great defensive ends in front of him here that he can model himself after, but he's a tremendous asset for the Scots.
Quarterback wants to throw. It looks like his in trouble, and Littleton's going to be sacked. He is swarmed down near the 5-yard line. Daniel Turner, the first to get to him. As you called his name, he stepped up and made the tackle.
If that's all it takes, I'm calling it every week. Watch Daniel Turner here. Fight off the block, down the line of scrimmage, gets the back in his face, gets rid of the back, able to come make the play.
Big 93 making the play right there. That's going to be a loss of 3. That's only the 5th play that the Cardinals have run to Highland Park's 14 here in the first quarter. Now 3rd down and long. They need 13 yards to move the chains.
Like Scots may be bringing the heat. Morris and Allen up in the line.
Littleton steps back to the goal line, wants to throw. Now he steps up. It's going to tuck in.
Nice.
He will not get the first down. He'll pick up about 3 yards, but he's going to be clipped down at the 10-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Jack Morris on the tackle for the Scots. And Jack Morris, the leading tackler on this team, came into the game with 63 tackles.
A great effort by Morris, stretching out to make that hit.
Again, thanks to Origin Bank for sponsoring our first quarter replays. Origin Bank, every story has a great origin.
Now, after that great coverage on the kickoff, pins MacArthur deep, they're now going to have to punt out of their own end zone.
Albert Becerra to kick it away. We've got movement, flag, and the offense jumped. This is going to move them back 5 yards. It's going to make it just that much more difficult, as Becerra this time is going to be about 5 yards deep into the end zone. Cooper Schindel stands at the 42-yard line.
And Russell, one of the things that we noticed in previous films on MacArthur, as we saw with Irving last week, their center snap on the punt is shaky at best. So don't assume that's just an automatic, because they may have trouble getting the ball off cleanly. Cooper Schindel, I believe, is deep.
Yep.
Is going to have a chance to return this, but Scott's defense coordinator, defensive group may be coming after it.
Here's Albert Becerra to punt it away. Again, he's deep in his own end zone. Gets the snap, steps into it. Low wobbler. Schindel's going to field it at the 38.
Here we go.
He'll bring it back to the 30. Still on his feet. He took a shot at the 27-yard line. I think that looked a lot worse than it was, because it was he bounced up very quickly.
That's number 5 right there, Cameron Lewis. Come in there to make the hit.
Boy, Highland Park's going to get great field position right here after the punt, and a really nice return by Schindel. Schindel taking the punt return duties over for Steele Tobin, who is still out with an injury. Injured his shoulder, but they say he should be back in a game or two. Minute 39 to play in the first quarter. Scots up 7-0.
Here we go.
2 in the backfield for Highland Park. Turn, give it to Schindel. Schindel found a hole. Now he's going to break back to the left side. He's across the 20, and he'll get tripped up at about the 18-yard line. Nice play being made by Rogelio Martinez.
And didn't look like there was much of a hole there, but Davenport and Clark kept after their blocks, and it opened up.
It was a 10-yard gain. Highland Park trying to get a screen out on the far side. We've got a reception, a tackle, and a flag. Cameron Lewis was in there on the tackle. I believe that was Parker Thompson who made the catch. It didn't really go anywhere. It's going to go for a loss, if anything. Now let's get the penalty.
Looks like illegal block in the back
against Highland Park. Scots have had an inordinate amount of penalties in this first quarter. They only average 4.5 penalties a game, and that is their 4th penalty already, and we still have a minute to go in the first quarter. Ball's going to be moved back to the 31. Still on the right hash mark. Scots will send 3 wide receivers to the tight side of the field. That's going to be the top of your screen. All alone at the bottom of your screen is Charlie Schneider. He's one-on-one with the corner there. Officials trying to make sure they've got everything intact and spotted correctly.
Not sure what the big debate is. It's a meeting of the minds.
It is. Again, Scots up on that offensive line with Pickelman, Ogle, Swanner, Clark, and Davenport. They've been doing a nice job of opening some holes. And I'll tell you, the other part is Cooper Schindel has really showed his shiftiness. He's gone into what doesn't look like he's going to be able to get anything. And he cuts and moves and is able to break things open for positive yards.
He's found some small creases in there and been able to explode through it and exploit them. Looks like Brian Rapp coming back now in the game.
Schindel checks out. Scots will go into a 4 wide receiver formation. Mike McAbee, our statistician, says the officials are a little unsure of where to put the ball.
Well, 29-yard line according to Mike McAbee, and let's see if you need to buy a lottery ticket, Mike. Yes, indeed.
Let's see what they say. Yep, that's where it's going.
So
Swanner, the big senior center, 6'1", 275.
And you know, Swanner was not penciled in to be the starter this year. Pickelman possibly was going to be there, but the Scott offensive line coaches went to Swanner early in the year, and he is not disappointed.
Peck wants to throw. We've got another flag. It's going to be the 5th penalty of the game against the Scots. Somebody jumped again. That's going to be a false start, I believe, on Parker Thompson. Clock will stop. Inside a minute to go. You know what happened? I said it's been a pretty quick first quarter of play, and suddenly we've been staggered by the penalty flag.
Now that we're under a minute, it's crawling.
2nd down and 16 now for Highland Park. Now from the 34-yard line of the Cardinals.
We're going to a 3-3 look now for MacArthur.
It's Holmes in the backfield. He'll leak out to the right side. They'll throw it deep, though, and it's going to be an incomplete pass intended down there for Parker Thompson again. Henry Ford defending on the play.
Thompson.
Ford is one of only 3 returning defensive players for the Cardinals.
Thompson coming back to the line of scrimmage, hobbled a little bit, may have tweaked an ankle or something similar to that, but looks like he's staying in the game. I'll tell you what, it's a formidable weapon for the Scots to have Warren Peck back there throwing the ball, and somebody like Parker Thompson with his height being able to go up and get it. Scots will benefit from that down the road.
Parker 6'3" tall. Scots in 3rd in long situations, 47% converting this year. Here comes the blitz. Highland Park's in trouble. Warren Peck trying to get away. He won't make it. He's going to get tackled, and that is going to be a sack. And coming in to make the sack right there is...
That's number 12, Russell. That's Isaiah Egbers.
Where'd he go? Oh, there he is down there in the corner.
Yeah,
we just couldn't find that number.
We were looking for a linebacker, and it's defensive lineman. Egbers.
He is what they call their rover end.
Rover end. They got an anchor end, and they got a rover end. And the rover end might be lined up as in, might be lined up as a linebacker, hence the name.
Here's William Whitaker again to punt the football away, but that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. And after one full quarter of play here at Highlander Stadium, the Scots have a 7-0 lead on the MacArthur Cardinals. What have you liked? What have you not so much or thought maybe we could do a little bit better in this first half for Highland Park?
Well, clean up the penalties, because that'll weight you down. But the Scots have moved the ball well. But there's been situations where Warren has not been able to stand in and throw, and he's been harassed a little bit. So need to clean that up. Give Mr. Peck a clean pocket to operate from, and because he's deadly when you do that. He's Warren Peck 4 for 6, but only for 15 yards.
Tell you what, let's take our break. We'll come back. Second quarter gets underway from Highlander Stadium on homecoming Friday night. 7-0 lead for the Scots.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
What's that?
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mac. Oh. Highland Park's going to punt it away. This is going to be Whitaker to kick it away. Last time he was able to put it down right inside the 5-yard line. This time it's a wobbler that's going to bounce at the 9. And again, it pulls up. Scots are going to let it bounce inside the 5. And they'll down it at about the 3.5-yard line. Doing a terrific job. That punt coverage team gets down there and doing a good job to let the ball go and don't down it until it looks like it might have a chance to go into the end zone or something.
And those young men, I promise you, take a lot of pride. A lot of them, that's all they play on is special teams like punt cover, kickoff return. That time Hatcher Kaiser, who made a tremendous play down on the goal line earlier in the year on a 4th down play. He's the man down there, down in the ball inside the 10-yard line for the Scots. We'll try to highlight some more of those guys. Patrick Kaiser, just one of them. There's 10 more.
Cardinals from their own 8-yard line. No scrimmage from the left hash mark. Tyler Littleton's in there. He's got his running back. That's Revere, who will line up just to his left. They've got an H-back set to the right. 3 wide receivers in the formation. The snap back. Littleton looks right, throws right, has a receiver open. He couldn't hang on to it. He goes up. He could not come down with it. Yehuna Noma trying to make the catch. Wes Giese out there defending for Highland Park.
Well, the Mac receiver had a couple of steps on Giese, but he made him up right when it mattered most. Goes up and challenges for that ball and doesn't give Mac anything easy. But Wes Giese again continues to impress with what he's able to do.
Cardinals have not completed a pass tonight. In fact, they only have a net of 9 yards of total offense in this ball game. Here's a swing pass out of the backfield. This is to Revere. Revere catches it over his shoulder, turns it up across the 10. He'll get to the 12. That's going to be a 4-yard pickup. Clark Cosby is in there to help Jack Morris make the tackle. And our replays this quarter brought to you by HP Wealth Partners.
It's a good play call by MacArthur. Richter closing in on Littleton pretty quickly. Littleton just floats the ball up and over to Revere. But the Highland Park pursuit is there right on the money to shut them down.
7-0. Scots have the lead. 3rd down and 6. MacArthur has not had a first down tonight. Swing it out to the right side. This is Connor Martin on the catch. He'll take it up the right sideline all the way out to the 30. That's their first down of the night. Giese and Ray will combine on the tackle. Move the chains, and MacArthur has some offense. A 19-yard play. That's more than they had in the entire first quarter.
And it looked like one of the Scott Lions outside backers was going to get there on the sideline, but got held up right at the last moment, allowing Mack to pick up that first.
Highland Park looks like they might send a blitz off the edge. Let's see if they come after it. They bring a linebacker up. You see him at the top of your screen.
It looks like that may be Winfield.
Winfield will not come.
Oh, yeah, Turner.
They'll hand it off, and Turner is there. There's going to be a 1-yard pickup, and I tell you what, Daniel Turner just takes up so much room, gets in there. Bo Jones in there to help out as well on the tackle.
Well, it's funny listening to the kids we interviewed this week talk about YMCA football team with Daniel Turner on it. Apparently Turner was close to this big as a 4th or 5th grader, and they said he was a beast running the ball. I can only imagine.
2nd down and 9. You just saw on the screen there Colby Cleveland, the left guard for the Cardinals. He's 310 pounds. The right guard, number 65, is 311 pounds. Here comes the handoff. Revere, no place to go. He's going to be dragged down. Anders Korn was among those in on the tackle for the Scots. They say
they got the ball.
Let's see what the official says.
Yeah, Cormac Carroll comes up with it, but apparently officials ruled the ball carrier down prior to that fumble.
So here's that offensive line for the Cardinals. Left tackle is 315. Left guard is 310. Right guard is 311. The right tackle, number 75, 355 pounds.
6'5", 355.
The center is a small guy at just 265.
There you see that replay on the fumble. It did look like he was down.
Pass play is going to be intercepted. Highland Park picks it off. Coming up with it is Bo Jones.
Sophomore Bo Jones at the right place at the right time. He comes up with the interception, and he's going to plant this in the turnover can, which is a thrill for everybody, but especially for a sophomore.
Look at him. He is fired up as he gets his first interception of the night. Our turnover brought to you by Dr. John Heinrich at Hilltop Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Here you can see the replay. It just tipped off of Nick Nicholas' hands, number 4, and Bo Jones is there to pick it off.
That's going to be the first interception of the season for Highland Park's defense. Scots have it in great field position. Here's a pass out into the flat left side. Cannon Spackman made the catch. He'll get shoved out of bounds at about the 28. Nice pickup of 8 yards there. Second down, about 2 needed for a first.
Pretty effortless throw right there for Warren Peck. Just puts it just a little bit outside for Spackman. Scots pick up a nice first down, 8 yards.
Scott sent 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top of your screen. And now Warren Peck throws. It's complete. That's going to be Parker Thompson, who made the catch at the 18, gets the first down. They'll move the chains. And Highland Park has now moved into the Shelby American red zone.
And again, I think it's as we move on farther and farther in the season, we're going to see that combination of Peck to Thompson. Big rewards for the Scots. A lot of other receivers going to be involved as well, obviously. But
you could hear the groan across the press box. I don't know if everybody else groaned, but all 3 of us did at the same time as Highland Park had about 3 people jump. Jay Ellis along the sidelines tonight. I know you jumped as well, didn't you, Jay? Your reports are brought to you by Macero, Mexican food, American spirit. Jay, your thoughts real quickly?
Russell, I held my water. I didn't jump, but I groaned like you guys. Hey, I loved seeing that Parker Thompson, the way he sat in the zone there and just waited rather than, your natural reaction is to move a little bit. But being a quarterback, he knew he had a linebacker inside of him and a corner over behind him to his left, and he sat in that zone nicely. And you're right, that combination is starting to look really good.
Swanner snaps it back. Here's Keller Holmes trying to go around the left side. He spins out of a tackle. He'll get the 20, the 18, and fights his way near the 17-yard line. Nice run right there after he got the football. Coming in there, Cameron Lewis, Henry Ford. 6 yards on the run there for Keller Holmes.
Well, there you see Keller Holmes' strength there on the replay. He's trying to get to the outside, and again, the middle linebacker from MacArthur was there to bring him down, but Keller fought through it, picks up more yardage.
Again, second down for Highland Park. They need 9 for a first. Peck wants to throw. He's in trouble, in traffic. He's going to be sacked. Let's see if he got back to the original line of scrimmage. He did not get back to the line of scrimmage. He got back to the original line of scrimmage. And you had Nagacha and Egbers.
Egbers, the defensive end, number 12, Isaiah Egbers. Scott's looking at 3rd and 10 now, inside the 20-yard line at the 18.
Scots are 0 for 3 on 3rd downs tonight. That's unusual. Peck to throw. Swings it out of the backfield to Holmes. He gets hit immediately. I believe that's Henry Ford who came up and just put his helmet in his thigh pads and stopped him. And the Scots will face a 4th down here. Would we see a field goal unit come on? Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen right here.
Get the 3 points.
Nick Regas. Perfect on field goals and perfect on PATs.
Scots have
one too many
men on the field. Cade Trotter again to hold for Regas.
This will be a 33-yard from the left hash mark. He's kicked from this far before. Kicks up and on the way. It's got the distance, but it was wide to the left. Mike McAbee's the one that made me say that about him being perfect. So send your cards and letters to Mike McAbee, statistician. He's on my right side. If you're, I just want to make sure you know where he is. So you're throwing eggs at us.
Your getting me in your sights there.
I see a little laser pointer on him.
That kick came off of the tee a little bit funny. You don't see Rigas kick many line drives like that, but he just looked like he contacted the ball a little bit high, and it knuckled out.
Well, the ball goes over. Cardinals will take it at their own 20. At that H-back set off to the right side. They've got the running back just to the right of the quarterback. Quarterback pumps in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Anders Korn gets in there and slings the quarterback down. That's a quarterback sack for Highland Park's defense. Owen Hilsheim was also a part of that sack team.
Here's the replay. See the offensive lineman pulling. That creates gaps up front, allows Korn and Hilsheim to get in and rack up the sack. Scots now have Hank Lee and defensive lineman, I believe, also with Hilsheim, and if I'm not mistaken, possibly Clay Green.
That's the 18th sack of the season for this Highland Park defense. They had 5 of them last week alone. Here comes a handoff. This is going to be Revere. He'll pick up about 7-8 yards. Brady Ray is in there to help Laskowski make the tackle.
And I was mistaken, Jonah, up front. Not Clay Green, but Jonah Chawan, number 90, in. These are the 3 guys that roll in, give the Scots Stars a break, but they are very talented in their own right. Scots don't lose very much bringing them in.
Cardinals are 1 for 4 on third down conversions tonight. Highland Park brings their linebackers up tight. Littleton obviously expected to throw right here. Had only thrown for 637 yards coming into the game. He'll tuck it and run with it. He will not get the first down. I believe they're going to spot him out about a yard, maybe 2 yards short.
Well, it's awful close to that 30. Let's see. I'm with you, Russell. I thought he was clearly short. Littleton is running to the side of the field without the chains. So to his, he can't see exactly how far he has to go because the chains are on the far side of the field. But he does what he can.
And they may be going for it right here. Fourth down and 1. Yep, Cardinals are going to line up to go for it from their own 29-yard line. Now a timeout's going to be taken. They've got to talk about this, make sure they've got everything right. And with that in mind, we've got a chance to go down to the stands. And our Pat Sauer, his report's brought to you by Macero.
He's back.
Hey, guys.
He's back.
Hey, guys, I've got Tom Sharp here, school board member, and he's kind of dressed up. Tom, what are you dressed up for?
Well, I have a big assignment tonight. I'm escorting one of the homecoming court nominees out to the center field.
Okay, when I do interviews, I talk to these parents about how much their boys practice and all that. How many photographs have you had to take over the years of your beautiful daughter?
A lot of practice with me and Campbell taking photos, especially this week during homecoming dress-up week for the seniors. But I think we got it down. I'll just try not to trip on the way out.
You know, these girls, they're so impressive, everything they do, all their community service hours, and thank you for your service here to the school district, and we appreciate you, and thanks for talking to us, Tom.
I appreciate it. It's been a huge honor. I'm glad to be a retired school board member. It's got its perks too, and but we have such a great community. It's been such a wonderful bunch of years serving and getting to know all the other people involved. Thank you for all you're doing, making the games that much more fun for all the fans.
All right, thanks a lot, Tom.
That's our Pat Sauer right there. Didn't have a wedding for the first time in 2 weeks.
He goes to more weddings than any. I mean, I wish I was on that social list he's on.
Is it that he just gives such a great toast?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Fourth down and 1. It looks like the Cardinals will go for it. They're going to bring their heavy set package in.
Heavy package. Scott's in the Matador package. Watch out. It's mano. Here we go. Who can get there?
Quarterback's going to run it himself. He got the first down. Tyler Littleton followed his big blockers off the left side, and he'll get all the way down to the 33-yard line. That's a 4-yard run and a first down.
Well, MacArthur lines up in a triple sniffer. You don't see hardly anybody. You see a double sniffer. You don't see a triple sniffer. And one of the things that they show on film, you think, okay, they're to the left, they're going left. That's not always the case. They'll line up left and go right, go middle. So you really have to be on your toes defensively. and Scots just can't quite stop him short of that first down.
Only the second first down of the night for the Cardinals. They'll have it at their own 33 from the left hash mark. Again, Littleton out of the gun. Surveys the field, has time, now he's in trouble, and he's going to get sacked. We've got flags, and this may be helmet to helmet.
Well, I think that
face mask.
Face mask or helmet to helmet, but Richter and Hilsheim converge on Littleton. Let's see what the flag is, though.
Personal foul. Mike McAbee, Jay Ellis, both right. It was a face mask.
Now, when you're going full speed like that, you stick your hand out and grabbing anything you can. Hopefully it's jersey, but a lot of times you come up with a little bit of a face mask as well.
Third first down of the night now for the Cardinals. Tyler Littleton is going to tuck it and run with it. He'll cross the 50-yard line, then run out of bounds near the 46, but I believe this is coming back. Cosby was there to make the tackle for Highland Park.
One of the Highland Park defensive linemen just got ridden to the ground by Henry Richter by the right offensive guard of MacArthur. That's Coleman Morton. Again, 5'11", 311 pounds. And Richter, yeah, as Jay Ellis said, it's a takedown in wrestling, better known as a hold in football.
Move the ball all the way back to the 37. Still going to be first down, but 1st and 20 now for the Cardinals. Clock continues to roll. We're inside 4 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Revere.
Oh, yeah.
And Revere just got lit up. Clark Cosby, Daniel Turner combined to stop him like a brick wall.
And well, look at Daniel Turner. He's tough looking. He fights off 2 300-pound blockers, and then he and Cosby converge and pancake the MacArthur running back.
HP Wealth Partners, real guidance for real people. Showed you that on that replay. They're sponsoring second quarter replays, and our thanks to HP Wealth Partners for being a part of the telecast this year.
Well, MacArthur hanging around, Russell. 2:45 to go in the half right now. And Scott's only up by a touchdown, and you don't want to let a team like MacArthur hang around and get hope.
Second down and 20. Littleton will keep it himself. Goes right up the middle. Weaves his way through the defense. Does a nice job of picking up almost 10 yards. Down to the 47. Cosby is there to finally bring him down.
Well,
we talked a little bit about him in the pregame, that he's got some ability to run the football.
He does. He's elusive. May not be the greatest passer in the world, but can get the job done. But his scrambling out of the pocket can really cause some problems and can keep drives alive. And I think that's what we've seen so far. On the defensive side for the Scots, Clark Cosby continues to impress. He was a backup to start the year, got a chance to play with Winfield's injury, and he continues to perform.
Quarterback looks right, throws right, goes long, and it is going to be knocked away. Beautiful defensive play made by, I believe that is Jack McCallum, who's down there.
Great coverage by the Scots. That's a tough island to be on if you're a cornerback. Jay, I know you've been in that situation before, but all you can do is try to force him out of bounds, hang with him, hand fight a little bit, and McCallum does a nice job.
Let's go down to Jay right now. His reports for Massaro. Jay?
Hey, Jim, you're right. You can force him. You can hope. But Jack McCallum did one other thing, and he let the receiver tell him where the ball was coming. He watched his hands. And if you aren't close enough to turn and look, you just let the receiver tell you where it is, and Jack did a great job of it.
Massaro, Mexican spirit and American life. Punt's going to go out of bounds. It was shanked off his left side of his foot.
Chili dipped it a little bit because the Scots rush was coming and were very close to getting a block.
Albert Becerra will give Highland Park the ball back in pretty decent field position. The Scots have 1:33 to work with. And one of the things that they do so very well is move the football when there's little time left at the end of the second quarter.
Right, and they're going to get a shot at it right here. Swanner, Davenport, Clark, Ogle, Pickleman.
Warren Peck takes a snap, looks to the near side. It was almost intercepted. Ford stepped in front of the would-be receiver, Bryce Leskowski, and nearly took that one to the house.
He got in his Model T too fast.
Scots dodge a bullet right there, because as you said, Russell, that could have been a CIX quickly.
Jay Ellis says Henry Ford got into his Model T a bit too early.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure everybody got
giving credit.
It was
to
Jay.
Credit's due.
Second down, Highland Park. 10 needed. Minute 30 to go in the half. Peck pumps, now steps around and fires near side. It is going to be caught but out of bounds. Leskowski came up with it, but it's third down after the pass was caught out of bounds and incomplete.
Highland Park offensive line struggling to keep MacArthur out of Warren Peck's face. Did a pretty good job in protection right then, but the MacArthur defensive front, who is very big and will push some offensive lines around, pushed them back into Warren's face.
Scots are 0 for 3, 0 for 4 on third down conversions tonight. Pecking to throw,
there it is.
And he's got it. They get their first third down conversions to Brian Rapp. He's tackled almost immediately. Coming in there to make the tackle was Nagetich, the safety. There is a flag. Will stop the clock with a minute 17 to go. I'd like to remind you to stick around for our Madden Securities halftime show. Madden Securities, global capabilities from people you trust. We'll take a look at some of the highlights. We'll have a look at some of the stats from the first half as well. Numbers are going to be heavily in favor of Highland Park, but there are a few numbers for the Scots that I'm sure the coaches will talk to them about when they get down there.
Blow to the head against MacArthur. Let's check this out. Good protection right there. There's Ryan Rapp. That's helmet to helmet right there at the end. Number 18 for MacArthur coming in. And
it's Latron Roundtree who the penalty was called on. Clock starts now. We're down to a minute 10 as they snap it. First down, Scots. Peck throws. He was hit just as he released it. Leskowski has it. He's got a first down at the 22-yard line.
Coming in to make the play.
Another flag has been thrown.
Rogelio Martinez on the tackle. Scott's benefiting from that, roughing the passer.
Well, that's back-to-back personal fouls, and that goes on top of the play, correct?
Yep. It's like a dead ball.
That's going to move Highland Park automatically into the Shelby American red zone and automatically into field goal range. But more importantly, with a minute to go, you're in touchdown range right here.
Right, interesting. The clock starts again. It's running right now, under a minute.
Swanner out over the football. Peck's got Holmes to his right. Peck wants to throw. Looks downfield, goes into the end zone, has a receiver wide open, caught. Brian Rapp, touchdown. Highland Park. It's an 11-yard throw. And this touchdown brought to you by Bob Lilly Promotions.
And Russell, we got a flag down. I believe it's coming back right at the line of scrimmage. We've had more procedure penalties tonight than I remember in some time, many years. I think he said hands to the face by the Scots. Probably one of the offensive linemen, and blocking, your hands can slide up sometimes, and he may have gotten caught. One of the Scots may have gotten caught.
Well, again, Madden Securities halftime show coming up in just 41 seconds. You'll see the bells, you'll see the Highland Park band, you'll see replays from this first half, and we've also got some player interviews that Jim did earlier in the week as he caught up with several of the Scots.
Yep, and great to hear what the young men have to say.
Ball's going to be moved back to the 26-yard line. And we've got a whistle, and a timeout's going to be taken. Their third and final timeout's going to be taken by the Cardinals. They saw something that coaches did not really like right there.
This has been a little disjointed with all the penalties both ways. Scots really usually are out to a much bigger lead right now. We got Pat Sauer down there on the field.
Yeah, let's check in with Pat. His sideline reports and his interviews are brought to you by Macero. Pat, are you there?
Okay, guys, I'm trying to get the cameraman's attention here. I've got Elizabeth Scrivener here. Elizabeth, you have a daughter that's a Belle. What's her name?
Catherine Scrivener.
Catherine Scrivener. And Elizabeth, tell us, how many hours a week do those Bells practice?
They're always practicing. Mrs. Phillips has them doing what they need to all the time. So they get there very early and they practice on the weekends.
Yeah. So tonight, everybody's dying to know, is it a military routine, a high kick routine, a pom-pom routine? What do they got coming?
Hoop.
The Bells.
They do hoop.
Oh, a hoop. I thought you said hoop.
Come on, Pat. You don't you know your terminology?
All of the Bells have done this routine if they've ever been a Bell.
Okay, thanks a lot, Elizabeth. Appreciate it.
Warren Peck's going to be sacked, and this is a huge loss for Highland Park. Cameron Lewis drew a bead on him and just got in there and knocked the heck out of him from behind. Lewis plays strong safety, but they play their strong safety almost as a linebacker safety hybrid.
You'll see Lewis. I mean, he'll be up on the line of scrimmage at the end. He'll be at linebacker depth. He'll be at safety depth, and so it really creates sometimes some problems for the opposing offense. But a 12-yard loss puts Highland Park. It's not first and goal, but it's about as close as you can get. I think the Scots can get a first down at the 1-yard line.
That is 4 sacks that Highland Park has given up tonight. 4 sacks given up tonight.
2nd and 37. Scots don't find themselves a lot of times in that position.
Pull out that 2nd and 37.
2nd 37 card.
Well, he's into analytics. Maybe there is a card. Who knows? Here's Peck to throw. Rolls off to the left side. Now he lets it go. He's got a receiver, Brian Rapp. Brian Rapp down near the 10-yard line before he's run out of bounds.
Scots are in business.
Clock stops with 21 seconds to go. It'll start when they spot the ball. Oh, he did go out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. So
he did go out of bounds, so will not start.
I don't necessarily have to hurry up.
Peck again wants to throw, looks into the end zone.
Oh,
and it is thrown a little bit early. There's some contact. Charlie Snyder, the intended receiver. It's going to be incomplete. Latron Roundtree was defending on the play.
That's what, coach is out on the field halfway to the numbers. Coach Nicholas. Flag is thrown, but then the coach is given a warning, and smart ones will back up.
4th down for Highland Park, and it looks like the Scots are going to bring that field goal unit back out. Again, we had an issue on the last field goal attempt by Nick Regas. Missed it. Still unclear on where the issue went. Might have been his kick, it might have been the hold, it might have been the snap.
Right.
Whatever it is, he missed it. It was gravity. We'll blame it on gravity. That's who it was.
Coach Allen's trying to get an explanation for something. Coach, New Highland Park AD Lonnie Jordan trying to get the officials' attention on behalf of Coach Allen, who's now down, as you can see, talking to the linesman.
Homecoming tonight. We will have a number of former Highland Park captains who will be here to take part in the halftime activities.
The way they do it, this is 23, they'll take 2013, 2003, 1993. Sounds funny to say 19 anything. No, 1993, 1983, all the way back to 1953. 2 captains from that year will be appearing at halftime.
Okay, here's Nick Regas. It's going to be a 27-yard field goal.
Hey, Trotter to hold.
Hold is down.
That's a kick.
Looks good, and it is true. Highland Park up 10-0 on the 27-yard field goal.
Now, with 13 seconds to go in the half, would you consider an onside kick?
Absolutely.
To maybe steal another touchdown before half if you can come up with that kick, gambling that your defense will stop MacArthur if you don't.
Is this where the analytics comes into play or not?
Possibly.
Let's check in with Jay. He's got some information about our halftime activities tonight. His report's brought to you by Macero. Jay, take it away.
About whether they should onside kick, but I vote against it. But what I was going to tell you, it looks like we have captains from the class of 14 and 04 and so forth, because their senior year would have been the year ending in 3. The most recent captains, we've got Tanner Houghton, who you all remember, linebacker, played at University of Chicago, Lewis Horn, Christopher Feigl, and Jack Severa. I can tell you some of the others too. From 04, we've got Matthew Sepulveda, Kyle Luby, who I think was a defensive back, Jack Gallivan, who was a running back, and Russell English, who was a wide receiver.
And Jay, you do not. How about the guys from 53? Sid Carter, along with Gary Weber. Here it is, Pooch.
It's Pooch kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 32-yard line. Not going to have much running room. That's going to be Jaden Nagedich who fielded it. That's Brady Ray who makes the tackle for the Scots.
So the sky kick, trying to maybe time it just right where the ball was high enough. Coverage could get down and cause a fumble, but Mac's able to come up with it. Russell, here's that scoring drive for the Scots. They go 57 yards in 7 plays. Take a minute 20 off the clock. The scoring play, 27-yard field goal by Regis. And with 13 seconds to go in the half, it's Highland Park 10, MacArthur nothing. This drive recap brought to you by Odelay Tex-Mex. Excellence born in HP for HP.
Sky kick brought to you by Davidson Bogle Real Estate. Land is their business. And they'll down it. Let the clock run out. We'll go to halftime with Scots up 10-0 on the Irving MacArthur Cardinals on this homecoming night here at Highlander Stadium. We'll have a lot of homecoming activities coming up here momentarily. Our halftime show tonight being brought to you by by Madden Securities, global capabilities from people you trust. There's head coach Randy Allen on his way out. I asked him for his best homecoming memory, player, coach, whatever. He said it was when his daughter was nominated for homecoming queen out in Abilene. He was coaching. He had to sprint to the locker room to put on his suit.
A la Superman.
Came back out, escorted her out onto the field through all the ceremony. As soon as it was over and he got off the field, he turned and sprinted right back into the locker room to change back into his coaching uniform and probably said a thing or two to the team at that point, but came back out really quickly. But he had a huge smile on his face when he told me the story.
Oh, he remembers that very fondly. And if he wore what he wears at Highland Park, the tie, the fedora, the khakis, he might have been able to just slip a coat on and be done with it.
It is homecoming here at Highlander Stadium, and the Scots have a 10-0 lead on the MacArthur Cardinals. We'll take a break. Our Madden Securities halftime show gets underway in just a moment.
Lot of mileage on my car. So I am practically at Sewell every 3 months. Every single time that I go, it's amazing. Everybody is welcoming, everybody is professional, everybody is kind. It's just like easy, fast, right to the point. You're in, you're out. Cannot imagine being with anybody else but Sewell. Their customer service is absolutely flawless. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
Imagine there's a better way to fly that's anything but ordinary, where crowds are a thing of the past and your schedule stays your own. where stress will vanish before your eyes. Because with us, your flight is a joyful part of your journey. We take you where you want to go with all the things you value most. So whoever you are, or whatever the reason, we're so glad you decided to depart from the ordinary.
Tell us we can't do it. You wouldn't be the first. Every season begins with a dream, and we are paying the price to achieve ours. Sure, it's not easy. That's why we're surrounded by people who've got our backs. So go ahead, tell us we can't do it. Then watch us. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Scots find a way. Scots find a way. Scots find a way.
Scott, find a way.
Abraham sauced it at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Scots find a way. Scots find a way.
Caught. He didn't get in. Highland Park is back-to-back state champion.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
We are Dallas-born, Dallas-based, and family-owned. We support the Highland Park Scots.
It's the Baker Brothers replay. Team Baker Brothers really stopped that running toilet in its tracks. No more running toilets.
Now that's what I call a bathroom break.
Okay, Jimmy.
Call now to get this month's great deal from Baker Brothers.
We're back at Highlander Stadium. It is halftime on this homecoming night. Highland Park's got a 10-0 lead. We welcome you into the Madden Securities halftime show. Global capabilities from people you trust. I trust Highland Park, but this offense and the defense as well, too many penalties in that first half.
Too many penalties and too much leakage in the pass protection. And give MacArthur credit. They're putting some pressure on the Scots, and it's causing some issues in throwing the ball. But I'm sure Coach Allen, you know, he's one of the best at coming up with stuff at halftime. Say, all right, this is what they want to do. Here's how we're going to do it. Maybe go to more 3-step drops where the ball comes out quicker. But he'll find some way to attack MacArthur. But I'm like you. It's never a good idea to let an opponent that you should be beating badly hang around. And I know the Scots aren't happy with a 10-0 lead.
I believe we've got some of the highlights teed up here, and we'll take a look at those here on our Madden Securities halftime show. Here we go. There is quarterback Warren Peck right there. I believe this is going to be his touchdown throw.
Cannon Spackman in the back of the end zone right there. Nice throw. Good. Warren does a nice job of sliding to his left, opening the window, and finding Spackman.
Here's the interception right here for Highland Park.
Bo Jones,
sophomore.
Welcome to the varsity. First interception for the Scots defense of the year, and it goes to sophomore Bo Jones.
Let's take a look at it again. Oh, here's a sack. Here's a sack by the Highland Park defense.
Hello.
Quarterback
Korn
was in trouble. Anders Korn.
Hillshine.
That was great play right there.
Hank Lee's in there as well. Scots don't lose a lot when they bring in their backups.
We've got some numbers we'll take a look at, first half stats. And again, one of the numbers that sticks out at you when you start looking at this is if you look on the left side of your screen, second to the last, 8 penalties, 65 yards against Highland Park. That's highly unusual. They only average 4 penalties a game.
Right. And then, yeah, you know, both teams are creating issues for themselves. And that's just not characteristic of the Scots. But every now and then you run into situations like that.
Scots, 154 yards of total offense, 61 on the ground, 93 through the air. And the defense has limited the Cardinals to only 54 total yards in the first half. 31 on the ground, 23 through the air.
Well, that's one of the things, talking to Coach Leidner on the defense, they reward sacks. They reward takeaways. They reward holding them under 50. Coach Leidner's wife cooks for the defense. She bakes cookies. She bakes brownies. For example, if the defense holds the opponent under 100 yards rushing, everybody gets brownies. If they hold them to under 100 yards passing, everybody gets cookies. And if you get a sack or a takeaway, you get a sack takeaway goodie bag the next day. It's really great to see how the coaches find little ways just to motivate. Not that the kids aren't motivated already, but just to motivate them a little bit more.
Well, and I'm sure whoever gets that sack of cookies,
yes,
I'm sure they're taking it around and showing everybody, look what I got,
right.
Look what I got. Time of possession, pretty much even in that first half, 12-12 for Highland Park, 11:48 for MacArthur, and only one turnover in the game as Highland Park got the interception, their first pick this season, in fact. And Highland Park with the 10-0 lead here at halftime.
Scots seem to be driving the ball up and down the field, but like you said, penalties at the wrong time can create all kinds of problems. We see it all the time. College games, we see it with the Cowboys all the time. You just can't shoot yourself in the foot when you're inside the red zone.
Well, I know you had a chance to catch up with some of the players this week and talk to them. And I believe we've got that video ready to roll.
Now, great.
Am I saying that correctly?
Great to visit with Parker Thompson, Anders Korn, and Jack McGinley.
Let's go to the video.
I always like to hear about your individual coaches. Parker, you've worked obviously with Coach Corey as a quarterback coach, and now Coach Hawsey as a receiver coach. Tell us how those guys motivate you to be the best you can be.
Man, I love Coach Corey. He's been with me for 4 years now pretty much, and he's a great guy. And then Coach Hawsey, I'm new to receiver, so he's like letting me go slow into it, but I've been picking up the pace. I feel like we're getting good.
Right.
Better at it.
And it's got to help that you've been throwing to these guys running these routes, and you've obviously watched them, what they're doing.
Yes.
You mentioned it, but that's really I would think be very helpful. Right. Jackson, we'll move over to you. You're coached by Coach Smith and Coach Eason.
That's right.
How do I know those guys are very fiery guys. How do they get you to be the best you can be?
I mean, they make us be excellent. We're in the film room every day, and Coach Eason and Coach Smith too, they're yelling at us, and we know it's all out of love, but they hold us accountable, and they just make us better every day.
It's interesting. I talk to you guys all year long, and whenever they say, some people say, Coach, you're yelling at me, they go, I don't like that. You guys almost expect it, and you want it. Is that a fair assessment?
If they're not yelling at us, then that means they don't care.
Right. Right. Yeah. I had a coach one time says, you shouldn't worry when I'm yelling at you. You should worry when I stop yelling at you, because that means I've given up. Anders, from your point of view, you work with Coach Leckleitner, and you also mentioned Coach Davis, who brought you up as a young kid. How does Coach Leck motivate you?
He's just always there. If we have a question or anything, he's going to be there to answer it. We got film a lot. We got a lot of film. A lot of repetition and drills. He makes us feel very, very comfortable going into the games, and we know what we're going to expect and go into.
And if you see something just out of the blue you've not seen before, is he easy to make an adjustment with?
Coach Easton always says, "Don't freak out, DFO."
Right. I've heard him say that. Don't freak out.
Yeah. We're going to find a way, and I have faith in him to find a.
Right. That's one of the things I've noticed about you guys that you probably don't realize if you haven't been to another school, but you guys have all incredible faith in your coaches, and I know they've earned that. But that's got to give you the feeling of I can let go and play, because if I just do what I've been taught, I'm good. Is that fair?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We're always there's a saying, another one from Coach Eason. It's do your job. Just do your job and let everything else go hand in hand. Like, let the puzzle be
right.
Made. Yeah.
Don't try to do other people's job.
Oh yeah.
Just do your job.
That's how plays are made when you don't do your job. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's been fun to watch so far. I'll end with this question. As I said, we got a senior, 2 juniors, but it's all your team this year. That's been the fun thing to watch, for me at least, about this team is there's a lot of juniors, there's a lot of seniors, and together you might have something special. Whereas separately, maybe not, but together, you're really starting to put it together. Every class of players that comes through Highland Park are genuinely honored to simply be part of this storied program, but also they want to leave their mark on it. As a team, what do you want your legacy to be
for this year's team at Highland Park? Parker, we'll start with you.
I want our legacy to be a state championship up in the press box.
Okay. Anything else? If you get that, you're happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jackson, we'll go to you.
Same thing. We want to bring home a trophy. I mean, we got all this history behind us, and we want to uphold that.
All right. And Anders, we'll finish with you. What do you want your legacy to be for this year's team, even though you got one more year to come?
Not only do I want a state championship, but I want to leave a mark on not just like the high school, but like the grades that are going to come after us. We want them to be just as successful as us. We don't want to lose that tradition. We want to leave a mark on the grades below so they can have the same idea, same traditions as us, and the same expectations for a state championship.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks, the games, and the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors, our neighbors.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Highland Park Village, Dallas's premier shopping and dining destination.
Conveniently located between Lovers Lane and University Boulevard on Preston Road. Not Just Soccer is locally owned and has served the Highland Park community for youth sports equipment needs since 1989. Whether you're looking for soccer, football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, or lacrosse equipment, they carry it all, and they take pride with specialists in each sport, and in many circumstances, you'll be helped by a current Highland Park athlete. Go Scots!
Our name, Residential Capital Partners, reflects who we are and how we treat our customers. At Residential Capital Partners, we are dedicated to helping our customers build wealth through real estate. Residential Capital Partners, America's private lender.
At Patmos Capital Partners, our focus is on one thing: serving people. Our team is hardworking, humble, and ready to serve our residents and wisely steward our investors' capital. Our firm is focused on buying real assets that appreciate over time. We buy in growing communities with a high amount of job growth and in-migration. With a deep network of broker relationships, we pride ourselves in offering our investors off-market opportunities with attractive, risk-adjusted returns. We add value by employing best-in-class management teams who are dedicated to creating a thriving community by putting its residents first. Our in-house construction teams operate with a high level of detail, speed, and efficiency, and improve our interiors and exteriors with a unique focus on design and new amenities. This allows us to increase revenue and decrease expenses, boosting our bottom line and maximizing our property values. We serve our investors with quarterly distributions, attractive tax advantages, and a hedge against inflation. Interested? Visit patmoscp.com today.
Sewell is definitely a part of my family. Everyone, just has this great smile that we are happy to see you. We're so glad you're here. They really care about people, and that's not something you find at every dealership. I love to leave a dealership feeling peaceful, and I've never experienced that until Sewell. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
Imagine there's a better way to fly that's anything but ordinary, where crowds are a thing of the past and your schedule stays your own, where stress will vanish before your eyes. Because with us, your flight is a joyful part of your journey. We take you where you want to go with all the things you value most. So whoever you are, or whatever the reason, we're so glad you decided to depart from the ordinary.
Welcome you back into Highlander Stadium. It is homecoming, and now we present the Highland Park Bells.
Well, maybe
Ellie Donahoe, Sophie Bishop, Addison Renfro, and Mary Matheson. For your halftime entertainment, the Bells will perform a hoop routine to Dr. Jones.
Sometimes the feeling is right. You fall in love for the first time. Heartbeat and kisses so sweet. Summertime love in the moonlight. I be you, I be you. Now the summer is gone. You have to go back home. Please come and see me again. I never felt more alone. Baby, I am missing you. I want you by my side. And I hope you'll miss me too. Come back.
Origin Bank is the proud sponsor of the 2023 team. The Highland Bells are under the direction of Mrs. Shannon Phillips. Associate Director is Mrs. Emily Sanchez, and Assistant Director is Mrs. Berkeley Slover.
High School has graduated over 39,000 students, and we're proud of our alumni who go forth to serve. As part of the homecoming tradition at HPHS, we invite former football captains and homecoming queens celebrating milestone years to join us at this special halftime ceremony. We're proud of our Scots, and we would like to introduce to them tonight. From the class of 1954 are football captains Sid Carter and Gary Weber. Joining us from the class of 1974 is football captain Randy Smith. From the class of 1984 are football captains Eric Mays, Craig Meek, John Rutledge, and homecoming queen Terry Rudolph Ware. Joining us from the class of 1994 are football captains David Bellamy, Chris Milliken, Staten Wright, and homecoming queen Jordan Davidson Lund. From the class of 2004 are captains Russell English, Jack Gallivan, Kyle Luby, and Matthew Sepulveda, with homecoming queen Maggie Bullock Russ. And finally, from the class of 2014 is football captain Jack Severa. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and let's give a big round of applause to our alumni captains and homecoming queens. Go Scots! To close our homecoming celebration, we would like to introduce our 2023 homecoming court. First is Kate Berry. Kate is the daughter of Dacian and Christopher Berry. Kate transferred to HPHS last year as a junior. Kate currently serves as a captain for the Highland Park girls varsity soccer team and also volunteers for the community as a member of the National Charity League. Kate Berry. Next is Jenna Bowen. Jenna is the daughter of Cynthia and Jeff Bowen. Jenna has been a Highland Park Belle for 3 years and currently serves as vice president. Jenna is an ambassador level Girl Scout and has earned the Girl Scout Gold Award. She's also president of her class for the National Charity League Heart of Dallas chapter. Jenna Bowen. Next is Claire Romo. Claire is the daughter of Katie Romo and is being escorted by her grandfather, Peter Romo. Claire is the president of the Arrow Club, as well as the Arches Club social chair. She has served as varsity athletic trainer for 2 years. Claire worked with the MAPS Environmental Architectural Program to help build the Dallas Casa Playhouse. Claire Romo. Next we have Campbell Sharp. Campbell is the daughter of Catherine and Tom Sharp. Campbell has been a varsity softball captain for 2 years. She serves as executive treasurer on student council and is the president of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Campbell Sharp. Next is Emma Wheeler. Emma is the daughter of Elizabeth and Ford Wheeler. In her high school career, she has been awarded the History Award and the Geometry Award, as well as being recognized as a Project Respect honoree. Emma is also a member of the Spanish Honor Society. Emma Wheeler. Now next we have Olivia Zhao. Olivia is the daughter of Yang Ji and Andy Zhao. She is captain of the academic decathlon team as well as a member of the varsity tennis team. She is a National Merit semifinalist and she is the president of the Spanish Honor Society. At this time, we will now recognize the 2023 Homecoming Queen. Congratulations to all the nominees, who are all fabulous ladies who represent Highland Park High School with excellence each and every day. Congratulations to this year's Homecoming Queen, Kate Berry. A reminder that tonight's game is presented by Sewell Motors. We would certainly like to thank them for their outstanding support.
And there you see the homecoming court. Congratulations to all of them. Kate Berry, the homecoming queen 2023 here at Highland Park. And
Russell, that's a little different the way you used to do it. Used to, they present the nominees, and then tomorrow night at the dance, they would crown it. I guess they figured, why not just go ahead and get that part out of the way.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're almost ready for the third quarter to get underway. You got any thoughts on what the Scots need to do to maybe widen this 10-0 lead?
Well, maybe go back to, pounding the ball, running it a little better. That may take some of the pressure, the heat off of Warren Peck. Again, Scots need to probably just clean up a few things in the offensive line on the protection side of things. And again, a lot of times starting to run the ball takes care of that because forces the defense on their heels. They can't just pin their ears back and come.
One of the interesting things about Highland Park is normally years past they've come out of the locker room and been really successful at putting points on the board. This year only 2 touchdowns in the opening drive of the third quarter. Their opening offensive possession of the game. Last week, of course, they got a field goal, but they didn't get a touchdown, but only twice have they gotten touchdowns. They really need something positive like that to happen early on to try to get this train back on its track.
Right, and if I'm not mistaken, MacArthur will be receiving second half kickoff. So initially, it's going to be up to the defense to shut down MacArthur and get the ball back to the offense, hopefully in as good a field position as they did in the first half. But I I really look for Coach Allen to go a lot two-back set and just try to start pounding the ball inside and work the ball down the field for the scores.
Well, Highland Park will be kicking off. Nick Regas has the football in hand, and he'll kick from the left hash mark. And we'll get this third quarter started shortly.
Try to give you some close-ups, hopefully, on some of these young men. Brady Ray, number 28, Matthias Tamakas on this coverage team, along with Brant Williams, number 6, Hudson Reed. Here we go.
Henry Ford and Rolando King are back deep to do the return chores. Fair catch is going to be made by King. They'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. And Highland Park will bring their defense back out. Likely to start the same defense we saw in that first half. Defensively for the Scots, they've got great linebackers in Wesley Winfield and Anders Korn on the outside, Jack Morris and John Allen inside. That defensive line is outstanding as well. Daniel Turner and Henry Richter and Cormac Carroll. Secondary has Wes Giese and Jack McCallum on the corners. Brady Ray and Jackson McGinley are the safeties for the Scots.
Let's see if MacArthur came up with any new wrinkles during that halftime.
Our starting lineups for defense brought to you by Goff's Hamburgers, a proud sponsor of Highland Park football. Thank you, Goff's. Here's a handoff. Revere looking for a place to run, and he can find no running room whatsoever. Had several in there. He had Jack Morris and Anders Korn combining for the 1-yard loss.
And Korn stands up the running back. Again, you see MacArthur trying to pull linemen. Again, with linemen that big, they ought to be going straight ahead, but they instead try to pull it, and the Scots are able to shut it down.
Again, 4 of the 5 linemen for the Cardinals are 300 pounds plus. Here comes the blitz.
Oh, boy.
He's going to be tackled inside his own 10-yard line. Tyler Littleton goes down at the hands of Daniel Turner and Anders Korn, and Henry Richter's in there as well for the Scots.
Well, let's just all meet at the quarterback and have a little party right here. Crunch along Jack Morris. Surprise, surprise that Morris is in on it.
Our third quarter replays brought to you by Harris Orthodontics. They know how to tackle crooked teeth.
Well, I look at Morris and Turner and just go, they're just juniors, you know, taking nothing away from this year, but how good are they going to be next year?
Third down and a mile. From their own 10-yard line, the Cardinals have to get out to the 35-yard line. Here comes the blitz again.
Boy.
Quarterback's in trouble. He'll run with it. He'll break out into some free space. Gets all the way up to the 20. Will not make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Wes Giese takes him out of bounds at the 21. And it's going to be another situation where they've got a long way to go to get a first down. 4th and about 14.
And again, you see Tyler Littleton, his escapability. He looked like Turner and Richter had him pinned up back there, but he seems to always find some type of escape route. Does not pick up the first down, but gives the MacArthur punter a lot more breathing room.
Tyler Littleton ran for 11 yards. He was still 14 short of the first down marker on that. I believe the punter was moving, and that's why they called the penalty right here. That's Albert Becerra was moving forward, had never become set. You don't see that often, do you?
No. Well, it's almost like the punter doesn't realize he can't be moving forward. Because yeah, it looked like the snap came earlier than he was expecting, so maybe that had something to do with it, because he's putting his hands up like I wasn't supposed to get the ball that quickly. MacArthur with a old-fashioned tight punt, 2 upbacks on either side of the center, flanking the center. Tight ends both ways. Don't see that set much anymore.
Cooper Schindle's going to be deep for Highland Park. He'll stand around midfield. Boy, they got. Well, the ball came off the left side of his foot. I thought it had gotten blocked because Highland Park had a man rushing the punter and almost got to it.
Well, that was Wes Giese once again, and he may not have got it, but the same thing is the result's the same. The ball was kicked off the inside of the punter's foot. Again, a chili dip, and it goes out of bounds, what, about 10 yards from where the line of scrimmage was? Not much.
Well,
20-yard
goes
punt.
out of bounds about where they needed their first down.
Right.
Scots get the ball in terrific field position. Up 10-0, 9:43 to play third quarter. The Scots will start in Cardinal territory at the 36. Hand it off. Cooper Schindel. He's going to get manhandled at the line of scrimmage. No place to go. And again, coming in to make the tackle, Adunyemi. And also getting some help there from Martinez. Both of those linebackers combine on the tackle.
Adeyemi really attacks the offensive line. He sees any type of run, he's up in there tight, just like Jack Morris.
Was a 1-yard pickup. That was a busted play for Highland Park. Warren Peck will keep it and pick up another yard. Third down and long, Scots.
That was Martinez again on the play, but that was not what Coach Allen had called right there. Again, that's where the problem's coming in, because whether it be a penalty or whether it be a broken play, it really puts you behind the chain. Scott's now looking at a 3rd and 8 or 9.
Scots have not converted a third down tonight. They're 0 for 5 trying to convert third downs.
Back in that 3-3 look.
They need 8 yards here. Peck looks right, throws right, has a receiver down there. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Parker Thompson. 2 in coverage. No flag. There was a lot of contact. Henry Ford was down there. Rolando King was down there.
And that right there, I don't see how that was uncatchable if that's what the official called. But Parker Thompson usually is going to go up and get those. But obviously they saw Parker's tape from last week and did some double coverage out there on the right side of the Highland Park offense.
Fourth down, Highland Park. This fourth down brought to you by Forshee Law. Play action across the middle. It is incomplete. Couldn't get it there. That was
Paxton Smith.
Paxton Smith.
Those numbers rolled up.
I knew it was 18 or 19. It was number 19.
And
I don't
know if you see, Russell, but Keller Holmes, the running back at that time, leaked out of the backfield and up the seam on the right side. And I think Warren Peck had his choice right there. He decides to go to Paxton Smith, but Keller Holmes had an opportunity as well. Scots bring in their second team defensive line now. Hank Lee, along with Jonah Jawan and Owen Hilsheim. Oh, here's the heavy package again for Mac.
Tyler Littleton still in at quarterback. Sets that heavy package to the left. He'll run around the outside. He'll pick up 5 or 6 or 7. He will get rolled out of bounds. Wes Giese is there to make the tackle. Jack Morris was over there as well.
Interesting that Mac does that on first down. Usually that's a 3rd and short situation or goal line situation.
The quarterback is not getting up. He's on the sideline, on the Highland Park sideline. Let's hope he's going to be okay.
And MacArthur cannot afford to lose Littleton. Looks like he may be okay. He's a little woozy, but he's up and walking under his own power.
He's going to have to go out of the game at least momentarily. I'd like to thank Dr. Field Scoville for being a part of Highland Park football. Dr. Field Scoville at the Carroll Clinic, orthopedic surgeon, fellowship trained in sports medicine.
Let's see who MacArthur's going to bring in. I know they're...
That's going to be Connor Martin, who comes in at quarterback, I believe. He's there, plays a little tight end and H-back, and also is a backup quarterback.
Utility infielder, if you will. All right, just staying with the heavy package. Scott's staying with their Matador package. This is how they stopped Louisville.
They're going to go with a different person in there at quarterback. This is going to be Aiden Benavidez. And Benavidez not going to get the first down, I don't think. They're going to spot him just short of that first down marker.
Oh, no.
They gave him the first down.
Yep, they did. Chains have not moved, but you know, that's one thing I've noticed this year is that officials signal first down, but it seems like it takes forever to get the chains moved.
Well, they said it's a first down. I'll go with them.
All right.
Benavidez stays in at quarterback now.
Heavy package once again off to the left.
On first down from the 44. Benavidez looking for a place to go. He found a little bit of running room on a counter play to the right. And he'll push forward for 4 yards. Second down 6. Brady Ray gets credit for the tackle.
And there you saw the triple sniffer lining up to the left, but on the snap of the ball, in unison, they all come back to the right on a counter action play. And MacArthur looks like they feel like their best bet may be just to try to keep pounding the Scots. Scots need to make a play, set up a 3rd and long.
Benavidez out of the gun. Again, he's going to follow his big blockers. He won't get anything this time. Highland Park smelled it and stopped it. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blue jerseys coming off the bottom of that pile, led by Clay Green.
Good job stuffing the offensive line up front. How much does it say for the Scots defensive front when they can stifle a well over 300-pound offensive line per man?
You saw it right there on that Harris Orthodontics replay. Harris Orthodontics, they know how to tackle crooked teeth.
Now by bringing up 3rd and 6, Mac gets out of the heavy package and back into the shotgun. Let's see how they function with the backup quarterback.
Tyler Littleton's back in there, is he not?
Yeah, he may be.
He is.
Yes.
They're 1 for 7 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Littleton looks left, throws left. It's caught. He fell forward. It's going to be right at the first down marker. I don't know if he got the first down. Banner Nicholas on the catch. He's the coach's son.
And Wes Giese right there to make the play. Short of the first down.
4th down, will they go for it? They did last time. 4th downs are brought to you by Forshee Law.
Scott's anticipating that heavy package once again.
Looks like it's coming in.
Here they come. It's a hole with Littleton run at the helm. It's probably much more effective.
I was going to say it's a little bit different when he's in there. They'll set him off to the left side this time. We had movement.
Triple sniffer.
Flag.
Oh!
On the left side, I think he got to the first down from where they're spotting it. Looks like he made it.
Jack Morse came within an eyelash of making a shoestring tackle and shutting down Mac's attempt to make the first down, but you'll see right here, he stretches, but he can't quite bring him down. Had to get a little help right there from Hatcher Kaiser.
It's only 5 first downs for the Cardinals tonight. Clock can 5:11 to play, 3rd quarter. Highland Park up 10-0.
Again, MacArthur still very much in this game. Triple sniffer off to the left.
7th play of the drive coming up right here. They switch to the right side. Highland Park's got everybody all in tight.
Oh.
Littleton. Boy, he turned the corner and he had no place to go because Highland Park had it sniffed out. For the Scots, Owen Hillshine was right there to close the door.
Now Daniel Turner there, Owen Hillshine, they don't block him at all, and he's in the backfield immediately and gets a little help from Jack Morse to clean it up for no gain.
That's not designed for him not to be blocked,
no,
is it?
No. I mean, that's especially not in that type of heavy package.
2nd down and 10. Littleton. Here comes the blitz. Throws off to the left side, and it's complete.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be a whole lot of running room. Maybe a 1-yard pickup as he completed it out to Connor Martin.
Well, and the reason there's not much running room for Daniel Turner.
Winfield and Daniel Turner combined on the tackle.
Daniel Turner and Winfield. I mean, Turner's getting, every time I watch Daniel, I think of Jack Curtis. Turner's probably a little bigger and thicker, but they play with that same intensity and high motor.
Another 3rd down situation right here. Littleton to throw. Here comes the rush. He's got his receiver coming across the pattern right there. Banner Nicholas going to be tackled. Anders Korn had him in coverage and makes the tackle well short of the first down, and another 4th down coming for the Cardinals.
Mitchell is dragging all the way across the field. Anders Korn doing a tremendous job of hanging with him. That's a tough route to cover when you're trailing the receiver. And there you see Nicholas coming with the drag route all the way across the field, but Anders Korn will not let him escape.
Cardinals are 2 for 2 on 4th downs tonight. Let's see if they can convert a 4th and 8 right here from the Highland Park 44. Pass play way over the head of the intended receiver. Not even close. Scots will have it in pretty good field position. They'll get it at their own 44.
Well, like we talked about, Littleton's forte is running the ball, and he badly overshot that route. I'm sure wish he had it back.
Just to give you an idea, Tyler Littleton came in with 627 passing yards. Warren Peck came in with 1,234 passing yards.
Doubled. All right, let's see if the Scots can go down and lengthen this lead.
3:07 to go, third quarter. Here comes the blitz. They're setting up the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And they got the screen out there. That's Cooper Schindel. He'll turn it into a first down. He gets run out of bounds finally around the 45 of the Cardinals. And that's Rogelio Martinez, who came in to make the tackle, but not before Highland Park gets 11 yards.
Great call by Coach Allen. Just would come to the little underneath screen to Schindel, floating out of the backfield to the left. Warren Peck puts a nice touch on it, gets his lineman down in front, and it's a big gain on first down.
Clock stops at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Peck's got 2 in the backfield with him now. He's going to run the option play.
Oh, good block.
Pitch comes over to Schindel. Schindel's going to get upended. Nice open field tackle made for MacArthur by Cameron Lewis.
Cameron Lewis makes the tackle.
And Lewis is still down.
On that option play right there, Keller Holmes is the lead back out in front, and he hits Cameron Lewis, and then goes by him and literally pancakes the safety, gives him one little bump. Safety goes flying backwards about 5 yards. See it here in a minute. There you see him bump the first one. Probably won't get a look at that one, but downfield, Keller Holmes with a beautiful pancake block.
Boy, that was, looked like he twisted his knee on that Harris Orthodontics replay. Hope he's going to be okay. You never want to see anybody get hurt in a game. Again, proud sponsor of Highland Park football is Dr. Field Scoville at the Carroll Clinic, orthopedic surgeon, fellowship trained in sports medicine.
You know, Russell, key game in District 7-6A going on tonight. I believe Lake Highlands and Pierce. Maybe Mike McAbee can give us an update on that. Lake Highlands
That's the one thing
he
loves to do. He loves to look up scores.
He's a numbers guy.
That's true. Don't forget to stick around for the post-game show tonight. We'll visit with our players of the game. And Jay Ellis will visit with head coach Randy Allen. Our post-game show tonight brought to you by Burger House, official burger of the Highland Park football. I believe we've got a guest in the stands. Let's go down to Pat Sauer, brought to you by Macero. Pat.
Hey guys, we've got Brennan Storr here. Welcome back to Highlander, Brennan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Tell us how the first semester of college is going.
How's Vanderbilt?
It's going good. Football's a lot, you know, but getting adjusted to that college schedule. Highland Park did a good job preparing me, so it hasn't been too bad of a transition. You know, I've been doing this a long time.
What time do your day start every morning?
About wake up probably about 5 a.m. You know, I'm in the facility by 6, so you know, long days, but you know, it's worth it. I love football. You know, I've really found my love for the game at Highland Park, so.
What do you think the Scotties need to do to turn this around? I mean, we've got 10 points with 2:37 less than the third quarter. When's the last time you saw that? I don't know.
I mean, I definitely think we had a special group last year, and you know, we put up points at ease, and it was fun. You know, they're playing hard tonight, and you know, those are my boys on that team. I think we need to slow them down a little bit with some screens, maybe, but you know, we just got to keep playing our game. You know, can't really change our philosophy. Just got to execute what we do better.
Yeah, and you know, MacArthur, everybody gets up for Highland Park, so you know that is part of it. But Brennan, good to see you. Appreciate it. Good luck to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Thanks, Scott.
Well, there's Highland Park moving the football down in a 4th and 1 situation now. The 4th down brought to you by Forshee Law, and the quarterback will take it right up the middle.
Pounding
from a former quarterback to Warren Peck, the current quarterback, and a first down for the Scots as he pounds it right up the middle.
Well, I'm sure you remember, Russell, early in the year, Peck would run that play and he would almost be standing straight up, and he got popped a few times because of it. He has learned now to put his head down and get that 230 pounds moving forward, and it's tough to stop. You don't need a push.
13 first downs now for Highland Park. Here's a handoff. Cooper Schindler's got running room. Schindler's into open space. Gets down near the 10-yard line. Finally, he's going to be tackled by Henry Ford. That's a 19-yard run for Cooper Schindler.
I hope we can see the replay, but watch the lead block by Keller Holmes. He gets in there and pancakes another one. He is really doing a heck of a job lead blocking for Schindler. Also gets great blocks by Clark, Swanner, Davenport.
Schindler now with 61 yards on 8 carries. Here's Keller Holmes. He'll sneak his way down to the 8-yard line. They'll spot him at the 9 officially.
And that time, Wyatt Swanner, Highland Park Center, took the nose guard and just planted him to his right on his back. That's the definition of a pancake. You put your man on that man's back.
Keller Holmes, 6 carries, 25 yards. Defense
Free
jumped.
play.
This may be a free play. Nope. They're going to say Highland Park jumped, I believe. They blew the play dead. If it was on the defense, normally they'll let it go. It is on Highland Park.
You can't hear who it's on.
Did you say that's the 9th penalty on Highland Park? Mike McAbee says that's 9 penalties against the Scotties tonight for 70 yards.
Brennan Storr giving a picture of what college life is like, playing football 5 a.m. every morning. Pretty stout.
Well, when he asked what time's your day start, I thought he was going to go, 10:30, 11 o'clock.
I don't know, first class is not till 11.
30 seconds to go, third quarter. Here's the pitch out to Keller Holmes. Holmes trying to get around the corner. Schindler's out in front of him blocking, and Holmes is into the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Park.
Wow, that's a
14-yard touchdown run brought to you by Bob Lilly Promotions, proudly supporting Highland Park since 1999.
Great job out front, but again, lead blocking by Cooper Schindler. Also a good seal block inside by Charlie Snyder to keep the pursuing linebacker pinned, and we've seen that before. Keller Holmes up the sideline is impossible to stop.
Nick Riga's about to try the extra point. Cade Trotter to hold. This extra point brought to you by Brett Kennedy and Peter McGuire. And Kensington.
Okay.
Mike made
Mike started it. I know I saw him. He started it. All right, there you go.
Okay, let me get it out.
Keller
Brett
Holmes.
Kennedy and Peter McGuire. Kensington Vanguard National Title. Thank you for sponsoring that. Let's go down to Jay Ellis. His reports for Massaro. Jay, take it away. Get me out of this.
Yeah, clear your throat while I'm talking for a minute here, but off air. So let me tell you, Russell, one thing that Highland Park did on that touchdown run that maybe goes unnoticed is Keller Holmes lines up to the right, and just before the snap, he moves over to the left. If you're the defense and you've planned all week and you've seen Keller Holmes have success on the option, you're probably geared up and waiting for Highland Park to run right, and just right as the ball snapped, he's going left, and Highland Park gets a head start going the other direction. And Schindler, of course, does a great job out in front, getting a block and staying with it, and that's a formula for success. And Highland Park does what we've seen him do quite a few times this year, and that is run that option to the left and get to the end zone with Keller Holmes.
Time for our Davidson Bogle Real Estate Kickoff. Davidson Bogle, land is their business. Nick Rigas has it teed up from the left hash. Too deep for the Cardinals. High end over end kick. This is Ford who's going to call for the fair catch. They'll bring it out to the 25.
There's that scoring drive for the Scots, Russell, and they lengthen that lead. They go 56 yards in 8 plays, take 2:46 off the clock. the touchdown, 14-yard option play to Keller Holmes, reaches that extra point, and with 21 seconds to go in the third quarter, it's Highland Park 17, MacArthur nothing. This drive recap brought to you by Odelay, Tex-Mex Excellence, born in HP, for HP.
Makes me hungry every time we have a restaurant sponsor.
And Russell, we probably ought to give people a reminder on this because it's homecoming. The band will perform after the game. So if you want to see the band perform, stick around. Don't drop the broadcast until they get on the field.
Here we go, delay handoff. It's going to go right up the middle. First time we have seen Wyatt Davis carrying it. He'll grind out 6 yards. Second down 4.
Hillsheim, Jawan.
That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. We played 3 on this homecoming night here at Highlander Stadium, and it has been all Highland Park as far as scoring tonight. Scots 17, Cardinals 0. We'll take a timeout. Fourth quarter gets underway right after this. Well, the Scots bringing their defense out here as we get ready for the fourth quarter to get underway.
You can focus better than anybody I've ever seen. There's lots of going on, but you focus.
17-0 lead for Highland Park. Tyler Littleton's got his Cardinals lined up. He's going to throw long, near side. Pass, caught. Oh. He caught it. Somehow he comes down with it. That is going to be Femi Uhunoma.
You got it. Uhunoma.
Somebody's going to take all of these clips when I butcher names. That's 31 yards. Femi made a great catch. He had to fight that defender off.
Jack McCollum was right there. He couldn't have covered it any better or been any tighter, but give the MacArthur receiver credit.
It's going to be Davis taking it around the left side. He won't get anything as Highland Park set the edge, and he ran right into the Highland Park defender. And coming up, that's Wesley Winfield, who made the tackle.
Winfield does exactly what he's supposed to do, as you said, set that edge and give pursuit, inside-out pursuit chance to get there. And Hillsheim was there. Jonah Chawan was there, along with Morse and the aforementioned Winfield.
This 37-yard drive has put Cardinals over 100 yards of total offense finally. Play action. They'll throw long up the left side, way over the receiver's head. That was intended out there for Nicholas and Giese defending, but again, it's way overthrown. I believe Pat Sauer has a special guest. Pat, let's take it down to you real quickly.
We're gonna make this real quick. Hey, these are some of our Scotsmen. They're all seniors. There's 5 of them. Introduce yourselves real quick.
I'm Lee Schlehuber. I'm AC Hickman.
I'm Davis Cosman. I'm Charlie Thompson.
Hey guys, you'll see them running every time the Scots score. You'll see them running, carrying the flags. Be honest with me. Have you ever cramped up?
To be honest, yes. It's a long run. It seems short, but it's very long.
Have you ever pulled a muscle?
No, but another one has. He's not.
There you go. Back up to you guys. Made it quick.
Thank you, guys. John Allen on the tackle right there. Davis had no place to go. Our sideline reports tonight are brought to you by Macero, Mexican Spirit, American Life.
Brings up 4th down once again for the Cardinals.
Let's see what this defense for Highland Park can do. And 4th down's brought to you by Forshee Law.
We'll get to that, give you that update on that Lake Highlands Pierce score here in just a moment.
Highland Park, those linebackers up as if they're going to come in here and go after it. And Coach Nicholas is going to call a timeout. And with that timeout, what's that score you got for us over there?
We got
Lake Highlands up on Pierce, 42-20.
What point in the game are we?
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
So still a little bit up in the air. Oh, Lake Highlands has a big lead. I saw Cole Denman, who is one of our interns who helps us with post-game interviews right there.
By the way, our replays here in the 4th quarter are going to be brought to you by Al Bernays, serving Highland Park Scots families for 25 years. Our thanks to Al Bernays for being a part of this.
We all need to go to Al Bernays. Al Bernays is excellent.
Let's go. Mike McAbee's buying.
Yeah. Mike's buying. I'm in.
Jay said he would get the tip.
All right, let's see what MacArthur is dialed up here on 4th and 10 at the Scots 38-yard line.
Caden Baker out over the football. He'll snap it back to Tyler Littleton. Littleton, straight drop, sets, fires right side, goes long, and it's caught, and it's going to be taken in for a touchdown.
Wow.
That is going to be Femi Yahonoma, who made the catch and who outran the defensive back to the end zone. 38-yard touchdown throw.
It looked like just a prayer thrown up. That ball was released long before the receiver was downfield and open. And Eufemi Unanoma turned on the speed. He got behind the Highland Park defender, and Max back in this game. Swinging gate. Here we go.
2-point conversion throw into the end zone. It's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Wes Giese in the end zone, and then he stepped out of bounds. He doesn't get points for it, but he should get to bring the football over and throw it in the turnover can.
Yeah, since that was MacArthur's offensive play, it was MacArthur's football, so he had to give it back to the MacArthur side of the field. I'll bet you they give him one down here on the sideline. That's the old swinging gate where the whole offensive line's up way up over to the left side, and again, when you're down, need a big play, you snap it over there and hopefully get a 2-point play. Scots sniff it out though, but again, MacArthur, with 10 minutes to go in the game, is only 11 points down. They're 2 scores and a 2-point extra point away from tying the Scots.
Highland Park in the 4th quarter only allowing opponents on average 4.9 points per game. They've only given up a total of 39 4th quarter points.
Okay, Scots coaches holding the return team over on the sideline. Know they got to be looking for possible onside kick. Hands team coming out on the field. 10 Highland Park defenders up between the 45 and the 50, anticipating the onside kick.
Kickoff brought to you by Davidson Bogle Real Estate.
Schindel.
Receivers, defensive linemen.
Schindel is the lone deep Highland Park return man.
Albert Becerra has it teed up. He'll advance on the football, and it is going to be a short pooch kick. Fair catch is going to be called for and made. Who made that?
It's Cannon Spackman. Cannon
Spackman did a terrific job to move back about 5 yards and make the catch.
Russell, I may have been wrong. It might have been Richter.
No, it was Spackman.
Was it Spackman? Okay. Right. Okay.
All right, let's see what the Scots do right here. As you mentioned a moment ago, exactly 10 minutes to go in this one. Highland Park up 17-6.
Again, Mac, if they can find a way to get another quick score, whether it be a field goal or touchdown, they're back in this game.
They shift their defense. They've got 4 down linemen up there. Highland Park hands it off. Keller Holmes.
Oh, Gage
will go for about 2 yards.
Gage Clark, right guard for the Scots on the power play. Keith continues to push, gets good help from Ogle and Case Pickelman.
Second down, 8. Play being signaled in from the sideline. Peck's got 2 in the backfield with him. Running back stand to either side. Rolls to the left side. Pumps. Now steps back and fires long. He's got Spackman. And it's caught. First down. No, they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Oh, no. Let's check the replay on that.
We'll take a look at Albernay's replay coming up here in just a moment. Highland Park sideline not happy with the call.
Remember, you only need 1 foot in high school, not 2. Let's see where he ends up.
There it goes.
Oh, I don't know if we can see it. Looked to me like he had 1 foot in, but the camera couldn't catch it all.
Replay is brought to you by Albernay's. 3rd down 8 for Highland Park. Scots have not converted a 3rd down tonight. That is highly unusual. They're 0 for 8. I'm sorry, 0 for 7 tonight on 3rd down conversions. Quarterback's going to keep it, and they will not convert this one. Well, Warren Peck took a pretty good shot.
Took a big shot from number 10, Martinez, inside linebacker for Mac.
He did pick up 5 yards, but he's going to be about 3 short of the first down marker. Scots are going to go for it, and our 4th down brought to you by Forshee Law.
I love it. Coach Allen does not hesitate.
Highland Park 2 for 3 on 4th down conversions tonight. They'll get the conversion.
Keller
Holmes across the 50. And all the way down near the 42-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. First down, Highland Park. And check out this block you'll see from the slot back to the left side.
Paxton Smith gets a great block. Schindel gets a good block.
And Keller Holmes does a nice job of running.
It just keeps running,
Oh, illegal block. That's going to bring this all back.
That's kind of the way things have been going tonight. Scott's making a big play. It's brought back. Mac makes a big play. It's brought back. I imagine Coach Allen will consider punting right here. See if Whitaker can knock one down deep into Mac territory one more time.
Okay, got a question for you. Does he change his kicking style when he's got so much territory?
Yeah, I think, it looks like you can tell they're lined up for the rugby punt because you got the protectors over on the right side. So he looks like he's going to try to still do that rugby punt, go to the right, kick it off the inside of his foot, and hopefully let it roll down the sideline.
Henry Ford is back to do the return chores. He gets a high wobbler off. It's going to bounce at the 35.
See if it'll roll.
And he won't roll very far. They'll down it at the 33-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will have it. 8:18 to play. Scots have an 11-point lead at 17-6. And, boy, we checked that score with Richardson and with the Pierce and Lake Highlands. I can just imagine what those guys are thinking when they look at 17-6 Highland Park lead.
Boy, I think MacArthur's playing great. And they're still in the game. Again, you just don't want to let teams hang around, especially when you're the Scots, because you got that huge target on your back, and they're going to, if they feel like they got a chance, they're going to treat it like it's a Super Bowl.
On 1st and 10, a man in motion. Here comes the option play. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to wish he would have gotten rid of it. He gets just clobbered. Among those coming in is Jack Morris. You had Henry Richter in there. Cormac Carroll is in there. And they just made a huge sandwich out of that quarterback.
Cormac Carroll continues to be impressive at that nose guard spot. He may not be in on a lot of tackles, but he's tying up lots of blocks and allowing Morris, Allen, Winfield, and Korn to do the dirty work.
Loss of 3. Second down. 3 wide receivers and a whistle and movement on that offensive side of the ball.
Again, the Scots linebackers are up in the line, getting ready to blitz.
How many penalties have we had, Mike?
It really is causing issues for the MAC offensive linemen.
9 penalties for each team. This is more penalties Highland Park has had in any game this year. Opponent-wise, only Berkner and Lake Highlands had more penalties than what the Cardinals have tonight. But as Mike said, we've got 7 minutes left. Littleton to throw. Right side, and it's going to be incomplete.
Great coverage.
Banner Nicholas, the intended receiver.
McCallum in coverage.
Jack McCallum.
And that time, Jack says, "You are not getting behind me." McCallum was in perfect position. You know, one of the toughest things to do is to, after you've been beaten deep, is to not focus on it, but to play the next play. Jack McCallum did that right there.
3rd down and 18. Cardinals only 1 for 18. I'm sorry, 1 for 10 on 3rd down conversions. 1 for 10. Clock's going to go down to triple zeros. Did they get the timeout? Yep. Coach Nicholas calls the timeout from the sideline. He saw it going down. Now he's talking to his quarterback saying, you got to watch that clock. 1 timeout left for the Cardinals, and that could be a factor.
It could be in a game this close. Coach Nicholas, his son, as we've mentioned, number 4, Banner Nicholas, is a sophomore receiver for the Cardinals.
Let's go down to Jay Ellis. Jay's reports brought to you by Macero. Jay, your kind of thoughts on how this kind of disjointed game has gone so far.
You said it, Russell. It's disjointed, but the good news is Highland Park still has a good lead of 11 points. It's a low-scoring game, and the defense has actually been really great. The offense just hadn't been able to put plays together like they typically do. But I like what I'm seeing by the defense. They're still aggressive. They're making big plays, including many behind the line of scrimmage, and I also like the coverage as well. Highland Park has extra defensive backs in now, and Korn has stepped out to the right. Since we've got a penalty, I'll continue. Highland Park several times tonight has rolled the coverage to the left, which essentially means both safeties are on the left side, and they leave the corner on this occasion on the right side playing like a safety. And Anders Korn steps out and impedes the route of the one receiver over on the right. And we'll see it again now. Highland Park's going to that look again, shifting both safeties to the left.
3rd down and 23 needed. Littleton straight drop. Here comes the rush. He's in trouble. Now he's going to turn, try to throw it downfield. We've got a flag. We've got an interception. This is going to be picked up by McCallum. He's going to go all the way back into the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Park.
Jack McCallum. It looks like we're going to have it brought back, though.
There is a flag, and we're going to have, I believe, a penalty against Highland Park.
Oh, that's a tough deal right there, because Jack McCallum saw that coming. He went up sky high to get the ball, comes down with it, and sprints to the end zone. I'd like to see the replay on that if we get the opportunity.
Defensive holding called on, called on
the Scots.
The defense.
We'll have a good look right here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's probably a good call. Highland Park outside linebacker Anders Korn had the receiver wrapped up a little bit, and McCallum's beautiful interception is going to be negated. That should be a first down for MacArthur.
Will be a first down for the Cardinals at their own 31. That's 8 first downs now for the Cardinals. Highland Park's got 15 first downs. Pump, now a throw and an overthrown ball and a long incompletion. Let's go down to the sideline. Pat Summer has got somebody, Pat Sauer, I'm sorry.
Sauer, Summer.
Hey, guys.
Sauer, Summer, take it away.
I got Wyatt Swanner's mom. He's our center, number 55. Her name is Suzanne. Suzanne, tell us about pregame lunch.
Oh my gosh, Wyatt has a routine. I work from home on Fridays, and it's a 2-steak meal, 2 New York strips, and a baked potato. It finishes every bite.
Okay, so you've got Luke, his younger brother over here. I'm sure you can see on the camera. What does a quick fast food meal cost?
Chick-fil-A used to be, when they were little, it was like $12, and now we're up to like $75 if I have all 3 of them going to the Chick-fil-A drive-thru with a 30-nugget packet.
There you go. And his little cousin's right here. Look at the camera there, buddy. What are you doing? All right, thanks a lot, guys. Take it back.
I want to join him for that pregame meal sometime.
Hey,
2 New York strips.
Hey, the little brother there, Luke Swanner, had him last year in the 7th grade, and he's a pretty good center in his own right. Just
Third
like
down
big brother
now
Wyatt.
For MacArthur.
3rd and 10.
And a long way to go. Quarterback's going to keep it.
Turner.
He's got nowhere to go. Daniel Turner's in there to help make the tackle for the Scots. A 4th down and 11 now.
I love Jack Morris's enthusiasm. Well, he is jumping up and down. It's not just when he makes plays, it's when other people make plays. And right there, he just gets to finish up a little bit, but he's excited for Daniel Turner.
Mike McAfee says we'll count that as a sack.
Well, you're the defensive lineman's hero.
4th down, 11. 4th down play is brought to you by Forshee Law. Our thanks to Forshee Law for being a part of Highland Park football.
Here we go.
Littleton straight drops. Comes to the near side. Had a receiver wide open around the 35, short of the first down, but he just couldn't get it out there. I don't know if he got hit when he let that go. Anthony Mendoza was the intended receiver.
Now, I didn't see whether he got hit or not, but that was not his best effort.
Scots will get the ball in terrific field position. There's a replay brought to you by Albernays. Yeah, it was just not a good pass.
Richter was bearing down on him, and I think he might have been seeing a little too much of Henry Richter to make an accurate throw.
5 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Scots up 17-6 as the ball goes over to Highland Park at the 30-yard line of the Cardinals.
Whoa, here we go.
Play
Pressure.
action fake. Throw off to the left side. It's caught, but he's going to be out of bounds. I believe. Wait a minute. No, they're going to call it a catch.
Charlie Snyder.
Charlie Snyder got a foot down. Hang on. Did he get it?
I believe they're giving it to him.
They are going to give him the catch. Thought he'd gone out of bounds, but that's okay. We'll take the catch. Certainly move the ball forward to the 22.
Well, a lot of leakage inside forces Warren Peck to scramble to that left side, and give Charlie Snyder credit for seeing his quarterback and saying, hey, I can help you out right here. The little out route.
Had that 1 foot down, looked like. 2nd down is short. Give it to Keller Holmes. He'll grind out that first down right there, move the chains. Adunyemi is in on the tackle, but not before the Scots pick up another first down.
Scots need just milk the clock. 5 minutes left in this game. Clock moving. MacArthur looks close to being worn out. They fought hard.
From the 9-yard line. Excuse me, from the 19-yard line. Scots in the Shelby American red zone.
Here we go.
Here goes Schindel.
Yes.
Did he get in?
I believe he did. Yes.
Yes, touchdown, Highland Park. Cooper Schindel. That's a 19-yard touchdown run.
Got a great block from Swanner, Davenport, Clark. The little stretch play to the right. We'll get the replay here after the extra point.
Touchdown is brought to you by Bob Lilly Promotions, proudly supporting Highland Park football since 1999. Our extra point is brought to you by Brett Kennedy and Peter McGuire with Kensington Vanguard National title. Nick Regas lines it up, puts it through. 24-6 Highland Park lead. Little more breathing room right here, and that might have been the nail in the coffin with only 4:33 to play.
There you see the stretch play, good inside block by Holmes. Swanner gets a block, and Schindel sprints to the pylon, gets there before anybody can catch him.
Gage Clark had a nice block in there as well. There is Cooper right there.
And again, standing by James Lancaster, who, if you recall, was going to be a big part of the Scots offensive backfield this year till he suffered a knee injury 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's had surgery now and hopefully recovering nicely for what we hope will be a great senior year.
You saw number 2 in there as well, Wilson Axley, who hope will be back soon as well. Don't forget, stick around for the post-game show. We've got our players of the game, our play of the game, stats, and we'll hear from head coach Randy Allen. Post-game sponsor brought to you by our post-game show brought to you by Burger House, the official burger of Highland Park football.
Russell, here's that scoring drive for the Scots. They go 30 yards in 2 plays, only 46 seconds off the clock. The touchdown, 18-yard scamper by Cooper Schindel. Regis has the extra point, and with 4:33 to go in the game, it's Highland Park 24, MacArthur 6.
Nick Regas with our Davidson Bogle real estate kickoff from the 5-yard line. It's going to be brought out by Ford, and he just got cracked to the ground at about the 17-yard line.
That's catcher Kaiser along with Andrew Wade, I believe. Just one hits him high, one hits him low, and because they're going in a little bit opposite directions, it just almost decleats the return man Ford. Hello.
13 yards on the return. 4:25 to play.
In for the Scots now. Up front on defense, Ryder Smith along with Clay Green and Jonah Chawan. Backers are still Alan Morse on the inside. We'll get the rest shortly.
Laskowski in on a corner position. Littleton can't find his receiver.
Great coverage
intended out there for Martin.
Intended for Martin, but great coverage by Jack Morse. We don't want to give older brother Sam too much credit. He got plenty when he was here. Jack did a nice job picking up that receiver coming out of the backfield and was ready to make sure it went nowhere if quarterback did complete it.
Illegal receiver downfield. That's going to be the 11th penalty against MacArthur. That ties for the most penalties by a Highland Park opponent this year.
Loss of down, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 15, should be.
28-yard line is the line to gain. From their own 13. Littleton's going to keep it. A quarterback draw right up the middle. Oh, man. Who's the defensive end on that right side? He did a terrific job to fight off his block and step in there and make the tackle.
That was number 94, Ryder Smith.
8 yards on the play, but leaves him well short of the first down.
Again, Ryder Smith. Let's take a look at Ryder, number 94 right there. On the other side, Russell, my mistake. It was Jonah Chawan fighting off that block and making a nice play. You noted.
Littleton again wants to throw, in trouble. Now he lets it go. It's caught. That's going to be a first down. All the way out to about the 45-yard line. That is Connor Martin who made the catch. Littleton, I thought he was just throwing it away so he didn't get sacked. Somehow completed that pass for a first down.
Just laid it right over the top. Highland Park linebackers in coverage, but a 23-yard gain for MacArthur puts them now within striking distance at least of another score.
Littleton now is 8 for 17 for 124 yards. He has one touchdown. He has been intercepted once as well.
Oh,
Here's
wide
the throw.
open.
This is Martin. He's got another first down. He's going to get clipped and brought down by Will Heinrich in the secondary.
Heinrich's in the secondary.
19 yards on the pass play. Martin now 4 catches, 63 yards.
Looks like Daniel Turner back in at the left defensive end.
Pass to the man who had gone in motion out right side.
Whoa.
This is going to be Anthony Mendoza inside the 10-yard line. Finally, it's going to be Jackson McKinley who will drag him down at the 7-yard line.
Boy, sure-handed tackle by Jackson McKinley. If he doesn't make that, MacArthur is in the end zone, and we got a whole different situation here. But Jackson McKinley stretches out and is able to get his arms around both legs of the Mac receiver and bring him down about the 7-yard line.
29-yard pass completion right there. This is the 5th play of the drive. They'll hand it to Davis. He's trying to find his way up the middle. Wyatt Davis, the freshman, will get this to the 2-yard line.
Richter and Green in on the tackle for the Scots. 2:38 to go, clock running. Here comes the Scots Matador package to combat what they anticipate will be MacArthur's heavy package, triple sniffer.
Touchdown here is not going to change the outcome of the football game, but this is for pride right here for the defense. Here we go. Littleton won't get in.
No, they hold.
They held him for a no gain.
Good job holding your ground inside. Number 95, Clay Green, along with Cormac Carroll, Hank Lee, and Hatcher Kaiser, who this is his forte, stopping the short yardage from his secondary position, but he's playing like a linebacker. See if they can do it again.
Littleton changed his mind, reverses and throws down into the end zone, but it's incomplete. Connor Martin was the intended receiver. There was pressure coming from Richter and Turner. That's why he had to throw it, and he did not get a good throw off, and it's incomplete, and now 4th down.
Oh, good job by Scots. I can tell you right now, this is the defense, even though this won't matter in the big scheme of things, they want to stop right here. They want to prove that even when it doesn't matter, we're going to work hard and stop you.
We've seen them on 4th down stands earlier in the season. Let's see if they can do it again right here.
All right, Jack Morris is in, Kaiser's in.
Littleton going to keep it around the left side. He got into the end zone. 2-yard touchdown run by the quarterback.
Great effort. The Cardinals were not going to get in tackle to tackle. Scots had every gap covered, but they couldn't account for Littleton getting out to the left and finding a crease about halfway to the sideline.
That's his first touchdown run of the night. He's got a passing touchdown as well. His 7th rushing touchdown of the season makes it a 24-12 ball game. The extra point to come. Let's see if they're going to go for the 2-point conversion again. Looks like they will.
They're just lining up. No swinging gate. This time it was Littleton in the offensive set. Watch Nicholas out to the left. Here it comes. Reverse. There it is.
Connor Martin's going to throw it into the end zone. They got it. Connor Martin threw it into the end zone, back to the quarterback, Tyler Littleton. And a little razzle-dazzle on the 2-point conversion, and they get it. Jay Ellis says that's the exact same play Highland Park ran last week. Jay, let's go to you real quick. Brought to you by Macero.
Yeah, listen, that was the play that Highland Park ran for a 2-point conversion last week. It's also the one that the Eagles ran in the Super Bowl a few years ago with Nick Foles. You're right. That doesn't change the game, the outcome of the game. But Highland Park's defense really wanted to make that stop. They put in the the heavy package, and 3 plays in a row, they were able to out-physical MacArthur, but finally MacArthur got the edge on that 4th down going left. And, this is I like to find good results from not so favorable outcomes. Highland Park's going to win the game tonight. Coach Allen always takes a game like this and builds on it, and the boys come out better than ever afterwards. So this is going to be a good coaching opportunity for Coach Allen and his staff. We'll ask him a question or two before the band performs after the game, but my guess is he may not want to talk as much as usual, and with the band coming out, we'll keep this upcoming interview short.
Well, we anticipate the Scots scoring a lot of points every time out, and the reality is you're going to have games like this where you're just not quite where you want to be, but if you can still win, that's the big thing. Let's see if the onside kick is coming from MacArthur. Hands team for the Scots on the field.
Albert Becerra to kick it off. Looks right, looks left, advances on it. Onside kick.
Good decision by the Scots.
Highland Park does cover it. Spackman's the guy who covered it, and that was a little shaky as he just reached up there and nabbed that thing.
Well, the best thing the Scots did, the hands team, the front 3 people went and took out MacArthur's coverage people, and that gave Spackman the room he needed to bring that ball in.
Looks like a third baseman. That's what Mike McAbee said. That's a great example. He just made a terrific play.
That scoring drive for MacArthur, they go 82 yards in 8 plays, take 3:09 off the clock. The touchdown, a 2-yard scamper by Littleton, the quarterback for MacArthur. The extra point, 2-point play is good. And with 1:24 to go in the game, it's Highland Park 24, MacArthur 14. Drive recap is brought to you by Odelay Tex-Mex. Excellence born in HP, for HP.
Scots are going to down the ball. They can run out the clock right here with a couple of more snaps, and this one's going to go into the win column for Highland Park. Scots will go to 7-1 overall, 5-1 in district play. And the Cardinals going to fall to 2-6, 2-4 in 7-6A district play.
MacArthur finishes up with a tough stretch. Highland Park, obviously, tonight. Jesuit next week. Last game, Berkner. So they've got 3 of the tough ones still to go.
Snap it back. Again, the quarterback's going to hold on and take a knee, and that's all they're going to have to do. This will take us to the end of the football game. Clock's going to wind down. They won't have to snap it again, and Highland Park will win their homecoming tonight by a final score of 24-14. Wasn't always pretty, but it goes into the win column. When you talk about it on homecoming, when they come back in 10 or 20 years, they won it.
They won it.
That's all they got to say.
And that's the way it should be. I mean, we get spoiled at Highland Park, and we think, well, they ought to win every game by 40 or 50 points, but that's just not reality. The big thing is you won the game, you move on, you keep your control of first place, at least a tie for first place with Lake Highlands, and force them to keep winning as well.
Coaches there congratulating Highland Park's head coach Randy Allen, telling everybody good game. And it's always nice to see opponents shaking hands.
Definitely a camaraderie among coaches. They're both trying to do the same thing.
Tell you what, let's take a quick break. Brought to you by Burger House. They are the official sponsor of our post-game show. So we'll take the break. We'll be back with head coach Randy Allen right after this. The official burger of Highland Park football.
Burger House keeps my O-line fueled for the big games.
I got your back.
Mouth-watering burgers, famous fries, handmade shakes and malts made the old-fashioned way, like they were back in 1951, when we first opened our doors. Next time you have the urge for a double-double and Jack's Famous Fries, stop in and step back in time to our neighborhood restaurant. We would love to see you. Go Scots! The official burger of Highland Park football.
Burger House keeps my O-line fueled for the big games.
I got your back.
Mouth-watering burgers, famous fries, handmade shakes and malts made the old-fashioned way, like they were back in 1951, when we first opened our doors. Next time you have the urge for a double-double and Jack's Famous Fries, stop in and step back in time to our neighborhood restaurant. We would love to see you. Go Scots!
Great. I have Highland Park coach Randy Allen. Coach, Highland Park wins tonight 24-14. MacArthur gave you quite a contest. Tell us about how physical the game was and about that MacArthur team.
Yeah, MacArthur played a good game, and you know, we started off trying to go up-tempo and speed up the game, and we got to playing their game for most of the game where they were just slowing it down and trying to run the clock, and then we never knew from one play to the next if we were going to have a penalty or whatever. We had 2 touchdowns called back because of penalties. So we got a lot of work to do, but I'm glad our guys gutted it out. I thought our defense played really well, and we got some points when we needed them.
Yeah, Coach Allen, up until 3 minutes left in the game, your defense held them to 6 points. A lot of pressure, a lot of tackles for loss. Can you tell us about the intensity of your front seven?
Yeah, they played great the last 3 or 4 games. I mean, they seem to be improving. Our defense seems to be getting better, and that's a really good sign.
And, Coach, my last question, I'll pass the witness. It's homecoming. You all have a tradition of homecoming. Of course, we bring back, you know, the captains and the homecoming queens, but also the band that supports you guys so well. They play after the game tonight at homecoming. Tell us a little bit about how much those kids support your team and what it means to you and your players.
Yeah, the band's a big part of the atmosphere and the school spirit, and they do a great job of playing during the game, supporting our football team. We're going to be in the stands and watch this performance after the game, and then I'm going to take some of our player committee to watch them perform tomorrow in the UIL contest, so that'll be fun.
That's fantastic. Congratulations on another win, Coach.
Thank you.
Head coach Randy Allen right there. That's kind of nice what he's going to do tomorrow.
Wow.
Support the band because they support the Scots all season long.
A lot of things people don't know that are behind the scenes. For example, Coach Allen has every position group at some point during the season over to his house for dinner. It may be in the backyard, depending on how big the group is, but he makes a concerted effort to not just be the head coach who calls the plays and is the CEO, but he wants to know the kids, he wants to understand them, he wants to have a relationship with them, and I just think it's outstanding. Again, it's something that a lot of people don't know. It's something he doesn't have to do, but he cares about these kids enough to say, no, I want you at my house. I want, when we're going to war, I want you to know me and I want to know you, and it turns into a great relationship.
Jay Ellis will be visiting with our Offensive Player of the Game coming up in just a moment. That's brought to you by Vincent & Elkins LLP, representing clients who lead the world. He'll talk to our Defensive Player of the Game. That's brought to you by HP Youth Football, preparing tomorrow's Scots today. And next week, don't forget, Highland Park take on
Richardson Eagles.
Richardson.
On a Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Over at Eagle, is that right? Yeah, Eagle Mustang Stadium on the Richardson.
I was going to see which way you were going to say it. Yeah, Jay, go ahead. Jay Ellis.
All right, my first player of the game, this is Cannon Spackman. He's our play of the game. If you all could cue up that touchdown from the first quarter. Cannon, you were playing the X receiver in the second half, but were you playing the slot on that one up the seam, or did you swap on release?
No, sir. We caught shake. It's like a bunch play where we swap positions or we swap at least routes. So we cross routes, and that left the safety super confused, and it was wide open, and Peck threw a great ball, so it was a great play. Man, not well.
Hey, Cannon, so you caught another ball over here on the left sideline. Our crew in the booth, and I think you disagreed with the call. The referee. But tell us about how you're able to stretch the width of the field and Warren find you on that sideline.
Yeah, I was told to scoot in, and I did. I scooted in, I ran our out route, and it was an out and up, and I got that corner. He bit hard, and I got around him, and the more gradually I widened out, he threw a great ball, and I thought I was in, and there's video evidence that I was in, but I mean, the game's over. Nothing I can do about it now.
Hey, Cannon, the other thing, we've got someone else as our special teams player of the game, but right at the end of the game, you made 2 great plays on kickoff that made a difference when MacArthur was trying to get an extra possession. Tell us how important it is that guys like you on the hands team are ready, and also about what those other guys do to give you the opportunity to make the play on the ball?
Yeah, special teams, especially on onside, super important. I have Henry Richter and Daniel Turner in front of me blocking. I mean, they saved my life, especially in those situations, because if they weren't there, I don't know what happened to me. I definitely would be on concussion protocol after that. But they're great help. I mean, but that's super important, especially when we're down, especially when they can come back. And it's especially after those 2 onsides, I was just happy with myself, especially because we practiced that a lot. So I was just happy. I'm glad.
Kenneth Spackman, you had our play of the game. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Kenneth Spackman. And now I've got Hatcher Kaiser joining me. Hatcher, congratulations on another great win. Let's get a little closer. We've had a few people walking between us and the camera. Hatcher, you're our special teams player of the game. You've done that once before. Tell us about the coverage team tonight.
You know, I mean, we've had some just bad times in the past just against some certain teams, and we came out with the vengeance. We came out and we wanted, just to show Highland Park, show Texas that, we're a dominant special teams. Like, we can get it done, and we can get it done well. Like, two great punt returns, and we just did a good job, just punting, just kickoffs, just all around the board.
Hatcher, have your special teams coaches figured out that you can coach this unit and you can motivate them? Do you get a chance to talk to the unit at all?
I mean, just the seniors have been leading. Like, me, Grant, Miller Ferris, Will Heinrich, just as soon as we know we have to lead, and we've definitely stepped up and said, do your job, focus on what you got to do, run your lane and do it well, 110%.
Hey, Hatcher, on homecoming, we always have the band play after the game, which they're about to do, and Coach Allen said the team's going to get in the stands and watch them. Tell us and tell the fans how important it is to you to have the student body and especially the band supporting you in games like tonight and throughout the season.
We're one of the best bands in Texas. Like, just watch them and you'll know. Like, they're all around just the best. They're always pumping us up. They always have the best music, just the best tunes, and it's so great to have a band like this because it gets us amped up during the game.
Hey, Hatcher, I'll let you go find a seat to watch the band. Congratulations for being our special teams player of the game. Nice job tonight.
Our special teams player of the game brought to you by Mark Clifton Homes, trusted builder of exceptional homes. By the way, our play of the game, we talked about a moment ago, brought to you by Riddell Plumbing, home of honesty, quality, great customer service, and proud supporters of the Highland Park Scots.
Highland Park's offensive player of the game, this is Grayson Davenport. He plays right tackle. Grayson, tell us how physical MacArthur was up front.
Oh man, it's always a physical game up front, but especially tonight with 4-man front and the trenches, it was a battle, and I think the second half we won it, and that's what overall brought us to win tonight. So
Grayson, so Highland Park has a good crew of running backs. We didn't get to see Axley tonight with an injury, but Schindel steps in and Keller Holmes runs hard. Tell us what it means for you guys up front to have so many great running backs like you do behind you.
It's awesome. I mean, being able to rely on people like Keller Holmes and Cooper Schindel is like, it makes life so much easier as an offensive lineman. They're always making big plays, cutting up the ball, just trucking people, juking people out, always making big plays and helping out the offense.
And Grayson, tell us about the coaches that work with you on the offensive line.
Oh, our coaches are awesome. I mean, shout out to Coach Wells and Coach Farnsley. They do a great job keeping us in check. They teach us everything we need to know and hold us together as a unit overall.
And Grayson Davenport, congratulations. You're our offensive player of the game. Nice job tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jay. And I believe we are going to pause and watch the band right here. Or do we have time for one more interview? All right, we're going to go down and watch the band, the Highland Park Highlander Band.
Be our guest. Styles and Keon Murphy. Color guard directors are Danny Martinez and Jack Henry. Marching assistants are Leo Lafuente and Sarah Oliveira. The Highlander Band would like to thank our 2023 sponsors, the Hickey Band, Davis Capital Partners, Property Tax Funding, the Ian Miller Family, Chelsea Corner, Pool, Greenway Investment Company.
Great. Hey, I've got our defensive player of the game, Bo Jones. Hey, Bo, first of all, sitting here with your teammates up in the stand, tell the viewers what's just happened.
So the band just played chicken biscuits from Whataburger.
I noticed there was a little bit of a commotion over here. People not able to get their chicken biscuits. You got yours, right?
Yes, sir, I did. It's already gone.
Hey, who do you think ate the most of them?
Jonah Chwan.
Nachuan, for sure. Hey, let's talk about why you were defensive player of the game. Let's talk about it. We've got Axley's grandmother in the picture. That's Barbara Servant. She's great. Anyway, let's keep going. Hey, so defensive player of the game, there's an interception in the third quarter, I believe. Tell us how that one happened.
I mean, the Jack McCallum's or mine?
Yours.
I mean, really just right place and right time. Like, I got the running back on that, and, you know, whoever tipped it, I don't know who it was, but it just fell right into my arms, and, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey, Bo, you know, each year we see one or a couple of sophomores getting some you've stepped up really big this year. Tell us how these older guys treat you as a sophomore who's a big contributor on the team.
And they're great. Everyone, they're nice for the most part, but being younger than everyone, I'm like a little brother. I'm having the time of my life, and yeah.
Hey, Bo, congratulations. You won player of the game tonight, and you've been playing great, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you.
That's Bo Jones. He's our defensive player of the game, and that concludes our player interviews.
All right, thank you very much, Jay. Another great job tonight with all of that. We've got our stats report, and that is brought to you tonight by Martin Lyons Watts Morgan Law. Your business, their expertise. Mike McAbee's been busy putting these numbers together. As again, the biggest number tonight, Scots win it by a final score of 24-14.
There we go.
There they are.
There we go.
Well, I tell you what, Mike talked to us a little bit about this while the band was playing. MacArthur really made a comeback in their offensive advancement in the second half of the game. They finished up with 240 yards. At one point, I remember Mike saying, with that 5-yard run, they've gone over 100 yards, and we were in the late second quarter, early third quarter, something like that. Their passing yards, 172. Only one time have they passed for more than 200 yards this year, and they finished with 172 tonight.
Take a look at the penalties, though.
Exactly.
Bookend 10 for 77, not what Coach Allen wants, or for that matter, the MacArthur coaches.
Yeah, time of possession, that's not unusual for the opponent to have the ball more than Highland Park, 18-24 to 37-36. And that is with Highland Park having a 6-minute drive to open the football game. Only one turnover, as we mentioned, the interception. The other interception that was run back for a touchdown was called back on a penalty. But again, the Scots put this one into the win column. And as we said, always nice to win on homecoming night.
It is, and it wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but it still counts the same. It's a win, and the Scots, and again, you know, the whole season is a process of improvement and getting better and learning to overcome your situation when you do get into a tough game. And the Scots, I'm sure, will learn a lot from this one as they move forward.
Well, don't forget, next Thursday night we'll be at Richardson. It is a Thursday night game for Highland Park next week, but the Scots put this one into the win column, improved to 7-1, 5-1 in district play, and final score tonight 24-14. Thanks to my broadcast partner Jim Castellaw, to our statistician Mike Maccabee, our sideline reporter Jay Ellis, and Pat Sauer, who was in the stands again tonight with some of those great interviews. Thanks to our television crew tonight as well. You guys doing a super job as always. Again, our final score 24-14. Russell Scott saying so long. Everybody have a great weekend and a safe weekend. And don't forget, we only got 2 more days for the state fair. Corny dogs all around. How about that? Happy football, everybody. It's another Scots win. We'll talk to you Thursday.